That'll be another corner for NC State with about a minute. Oh no, 4 seconds. I don't think they're gonna take this corner, but I think they're okay with that.
Right.
And that'll be it,
We've
Alex.
reached full time.
All right, so my name is Sarah Tonneson. I'm a junior in civil engineering and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. So my favorites are butterfly and IM. So I do the 50, the 100, the 200, all for butterfly, and then I'll do the 100, 200, 400 IM. I chose NC State because I want to major in engineering, and the program at NC State is probably one of the top engineering programs you could do. Plus, it's in-state, 3 hours from home. It all kind of checked off the boxes, and there's a Chick-fil-A, which was definitely a criteria for me too. Probably time management. There's a lot of times where I have a lot of homework and I have to miss practice, or it comes down to kind of picking, like, is it better off for me to go to the library and like grind it out, or to go to practice and maybe kind of de-stress for a little bit before having to go back to studying. And sometimes one's better and sometimes the other, but I probably picked the wrong one a lot. Swimming against Clemson. Clemson's a lot of fun. Well, it's a 2-day meet, so we get to go to Clemson and spend the night there. So that's really cool. It's a good team bonding experience as well. And then just like the people on the team and how everyone interacts and like the size of the meet, it's really good. Freshman year, the very first practice I went to, I didn't know anyone. There's probably 150 people who join the team and like 50 people who go to the first couple weeks of practice and then choose not to. And so it was really overwhelming. You know, it's one of your first days in college and you don't know anyone. But I think the most memorable thing was we went and did a tally takeover after practice. So pretty much everybody who was swimming there went to tally. We all hung around, we got food, milkshakes, smoothies, or whatever. And even though I maybe didn't remember everybody's name, it was memorable because a lot of people remembered who I was. And it was a good way that I like instantly made friends with people. And a lot of the bonds that I created that day are the people that I'm still friends with now. Oh, I like one-arm butterfly. It's a good way to practice kind of arm placement and timing. So with butterfly, you're pulling your arms back and around, but when you're doing one arm, you keep one arm in front and you practice with one arm, and then you go and you practice with the other, and then you put them together. Probably my co-president, Ben. He's really funny. Oh gosh, there might be 10 or it's such a big team that there's so many who fall into that category. Oh, probably Chris Hemsworth. So I'm majoring in civil engineering and I want to go into construction. So my dream job would probably be landing a good gig at a big construction company working on hospitals. Because I don't think I have the like hands-on skill to be a doctor, and I think that's probably about as close as I can get. Dogs. Ooh, probably red or purple. I like physics. Imagine Dragons. Oh, practice. Talk. Winter. Bojangles. iPhone, probably Coke. Oh, that's hard. Probably TV. Hunt.
Another Raleigh night falls upon us here in the capital city. Zach Sawai alongside Logan Ward tonight, and a special host, Cameron Thoman. It's going to be a special broadcast tonight as NC State takes on UNC-Wilmington, the Seahawks, of course. This is a team that we've seen a little bit so far, especially in the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament, going 1-2 in that tournament, a few wins in that tournament, and today to talk about that, we have Cameron. So in terms of Wilmington, what do we know about them coming into this game?
Well, so far we know that they have a new captain, Hunter Phillips. The keys for this game, they said, are that he just needs to be on the same page as the rest of the team and be reliable for them. Yeah.
Yeah, going on with that, they did have a somewhat impressive Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament, winning against West Virginia 7-4, but losing in very, very drastic games against Virginia Tech, losing the first game 8-3 and the second game 12-4 against George Washington. Now, Logan, we've seen a lot of defensive failures from the Pack this season, especially concerning Wilmington. They've given up a lot of goals. So in terms of defense, what do we need to see from both teams, really, in terms of defensive styles for tonight?
Wilmington has to be a lot more aggressive with their defense, and special teams is going to be key for both teams. Now, for both, that's going to be intercepting passes, making sure that you keep it out of your defensive side, because both teams have proven that they can attack when they want to, but The Ice Pack, as long as they keep up this momentum that they've got going with this undefeated season, they should be absolutely fine.
Now, in terms of points for this year, some of the more interesting facts on this is Wilmington doesn't have a very much of a winning record at all, but they are still second in the Carolina East Division. So it's something that way the points play out, everything like that. So behind Wilmington currently right now, as it stands, Chapel Hill falls behind Wilmington in slot number 3, and Duke falls behind at number 4. Now, this is going to be a play crucial into coming in who's going to be going to the ACCHL tournament come February. Now, the biggest things, of course, to talk about State. They're 6-0 in the year, undefeated in that aspect. So really, what's going to be the biggest keys to State to keep that ball rolling forward? I mean, 6-0, you can't get much better than that there, Logan.
No, you can't get much better than that. It's literally impossible. But what they need to do is they need to keep attacking. They need to keep this momentum that they've got. Their defense has been strong, and their goalkeeper play has been really impressive of late. Now, they need to keep this going with Joey Hall getting the start tonight. They need this offense to keep up the slack, to keep this attack going, because they've scored a lot in these past couple games.
Especially in talking about that, Sam Benishevitz is riding a 6-game point streak, 6 goals and 8 assists in that time frame, an amount that we didn't even see from him last season, Logan. So in terms of that, this is a guy that's going to be captaining the ACCHL representative. He's going to be captaining that all-star team, Logan. An all-star player was recognized before the George Washington game, especially Cam Mazikowski, Rookie of the Year. This is a bolstered team. What do we need to see tonight from players like Sam Benishevitz and Cam Mazikowski, who lead this team nightly in points?
Cam Mazikowski just needs to continue what he's doing on defense. He is the anchor to this team. He has done a fantastic job at preventing a lot of goals so far this year. And Sam Benishevitz, he really just needs to keep doing what he's doing. You can see him in every facet of this team. His attack is fantastic. He does a wonderful job in the neutral zone. You can't ask for more out of him so far. He leads this team in points. He really is everything that the Ice Pack needs so far, and he looks to continue that moving forward.
The legend of NC State hockey, of course, is one that we will not forget. Now, in terms of Wilmington, Cameron, the biggest thing looking at this is, likewise, just like the Ice Pack has Sam Benishevitz, they have an amazing player in Joey Alexander. Now, Joey is on the second line for Wilmington tonight. Starting in goal tonight will be Beesimer, who we saw last year in a couple games. Now, in terms of Joey Alexander, he has a lot of goals and assists on the year. How important is it, especially for a struggling team like Wilmington, to have such a prolific scorer like Joey Alexander?
I think it's super important. His coach described him in one word as awesome, so I definitely think he's a player to watch in this game and to look out for.
Especially another player as well that will be icing up alongside Joey Alexander tonight is somebody by the name of Bacchus. That's a name you will not forget, ladies and gentlemen. Going into that one, he weighs 210 pounds, is 6'5", is going to be on that line, is going to play a deadly role. Now, of course, we can't go about that, not talk about our own big-body defenseman for NC State, Nikita Anistertov. Now, of course, Nikita is a strong player, that big-body Russian center that the team has been missing for some time, Logan. But he only has a goal and 3 assists on the season thus far. Do we need to see more production from him, or do we need to see him more just flanking Sam Benishevitz and Leith Jadala?
Well, you always want to see more production out of your key players, and he definitely is one of those key players. But you see his impact on special teams, whether it be in face-offs or just anything happening in the neutral zone. He does a fantastic job in getting back and getting forward when he's needed. So I think he's one of those key players, but he might not show up on the stat sheet, but he's definitely involved in this game.
I think the biggest thing tonight we can agree on, guys, that it is warm up here for once. It's going to be a very comfortable broadcast for us, and hopefully for you guys as well. Sit back and relax. We'll be right back to talk about for some keys for the game, as well as some interesting facts about both teams, and of course, the Backyard Brawl, the biggest game for NC State coming up right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, We know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
Funny that we're in an ice arena and we're warm for once here, Logan, something we mentioned before the break. Zach Sawaye, Logan Ward, and Cameron here today to bring you the broadcast for today's game. So before we get into some of the fun facts about the coming schedule for State and Wilmington, we want to talk quickly about some of the games in the past for State, some more technical stuff like that, especially for the fact that State's biggest issue dating back to last season was their slow starts. Yes. Logan, I think you can agree with me as of late that the slow starts have not been a huge problem for State. They've been getting out off the jump. How important is that to get that goal within the first 10 minutes to create momentum?
Well, getting that first goal, it really does, like you said, create that momentum. And that really dictates how the rest of the game is going to go if you can keep that going. But scoring in those first 10 minutes, we talk about it all the time. We talk about how important it is to get that goal. Because if you get that goal, it sets you up in a good position for the entire rest of the game if you can keep that going.
It's going to be an outstanding game for sure here tonight. State has been rolling ahead like a V6 engine, Logan. I mean, this is a team that has not given up whatsoever. They've dealt with several goaltending switches throughout the entire season so far. 4 goaltenders have been tested. Joey Hall will be getting the start tonight alongside Ryan Biesemer. What's going to be the secret for Joey Hall tonight? He hasn't played in a while.
No, Joey Hall, he did a fantastic job in the games that we've seen him so far. He just needs to keep that going. All 4 goaltenders have done a fantastic job so far, as seen through our record right now. But he needs to shake that rust off, because you know he's going to be a little bit rusty when he gets out there. But as soon as he gets settled back in, he should be absolutely fine.
Now some of the fun stuff. The Backyard Brawl is coming up. That's going to be an exciting time for sure. But some of the bigger things is the fact that a recent storm has decimated the North Carolina area, and that was, of course, Hurricane Florence. And that storm is detrimental for a lot of reasons, and we encourage the support as well to make sure you reach out and donate and do whatever you can to help the victims. But in terms of tonight, it affected the practice of the Wilmington Seahawks, and this was something that really affected their schedule. So talking about that, Cameron, there wasn't a lot of practice for a team. Now, of course, in any sort of sport, practice, of course, is a huge aspect of becoming a better team, everything like that. Wilmington has started out the season 1-3-1. Do you think their lack of practice has changed any of their records so far?
So far, I feel like it won't affect them as much as we feel like it would. But just with that lack of practice, they're really going to have to pick it up this game, because playing NC State, who's ranked number 1 right now, is kind of scary, even though they are ranked as number 2. But they're definitely going to have to make up for that lost practice tonight with this game.
Now, in terms of fan bases as well, the fan base for Wilmington sure has been coming out in full force. There's some fans behind us tonight lining alongside the boards. But back at home, Cameron, there's actually something interesting things that they do. One thing I'll be doing during the intermission report is taking a speech class. We'll get that fixed up as well. But going forward here, talk to us a little bit about this thing back on UNCW's campus called the Flying V.
The Flying V is an event where the Wilmington team rallies up students to help them promote their home games. So they get these students to go out on skateboards, bicycles, any kind of form of transportation that they can find, I guess, with flyers, and hand them out to different students to get the information out there about their home games, so that they have more and more students coming to these, which I think is a fantastic idea, a great marketing idea. I mean, it's one-on-one, it's excellent.
Some of the biggest things as well is, Logan, there was a clip that surfaced last year of Sam Benishevitz and former Ice Pack member Luis Jimenez in the famous atrium area at NC State. They walked in their hockey gear, straight up to the Chick-fil-A line, and dropped the gloves and started fighting right in front of that. And that was their promotional hype for the year, which I thought was incredibly interesting. Now, in terms of hype, do we have that same sort of hype for the Backyard Brawl, which of course is this Monday, October 22nd?
Absolutely. No, the Backyard Brawl always has a huge turnout. This is such a key game for the Ice Pack. You see, even tonight, we've got a huge turnout. So having the Backyard Brawl, there's always a big turnout, and the fans are always excited for some Ice Pack hockey.
This is going to be crucial as well for more points in the Carolina East standings. We're going to take a quick break here and be right back with Puck Drop right here on PackTV.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Goodness gracious. Wade Minter's voice never gets old as he welcomes the team out for tonight's match against the UNCW Seahawks. Zach Salwaye, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman here tonight for tonight's broadcast. It's going to be an exciting one for sure. Now, to talk quickly about our three keys for the game, these are two teams that can be very competitive. I did watch a little bit of the game at the Stephen Russell tournament. Yes. Wilmington did take on West Virginia. I did watch a little bit of that. Wilmington seemed like the dominant team, rather. So, Logan, tonight, what does State have? What is three things State has to do in order to eliminate any UNCW possession?
Well, we just talked about it, but those quick starts are key. In those first 10 minutes, getting a goal can really dictate how the rest of the game will go. So the Ice Pack needs to get a quick start going here. Now, also, they need Joey Hall to be the goalkeeper that they've had in the last couple games. Cannon did a wonderful job in the last game, but they need Hall to pick up where he left off. And their third key to the game is really just to continue this momentum. They have done a wonderful job. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. And if they can keep going on all facets, on offense, defense, and special teams, there's nothing more they can really do.
Big body goaltender tonight starting in net, like we said, is Ryan Bessemer. Now, Cameron, what does UNCW have to do tonight to eliminate some State offense that has been looking absolutely outstanding thus far?
They need to keep up the good teamwork. Good communication is always key. That's really basic to say, but communication is always key. Can't talk today. I mean, they just moved up from Division III to Division II, so they definitely need to keep doing what they're doing and keep getting better, keep improving, and just talk to each other and know your team.
It's going to be an important one for sure, and not to worry about anyone who's worried about talking anything like that, I'll be hosting a speech intervention conference to hopefully improve all of our talking voices here on PackTV
Yes,
because I
thank
can't
you.
pronounce any words whatsoever. So tonight, the starting lineups are announced for each team. Of course, we've seen the starting lineup for State before with Sam Banashevitz, Laith Jadala, and, of course, Nikita Anistratov. And before we announce the UNCW lineups, we're going to quickly turn off our mics for the national anthems. Well, one thing that never disappoints is the national anthem and the music taste here, playing all of those early 2000s bops that we used to hear on the radio here. Want to welcome you to tonight's broadcast. Zach Sawai, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman here tonight for this matchup in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yep.
I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm not going to lie to you tonight. Biggest things to take note of tonight is this is one of State's matchups for this weekend. They'll be traveling to Richmond, Virginia tomorrow. PackTV will not be traveling up to that game, but be sure to stay tuned on Twitter for any updates from Ice Pack Game Day, which will most likely provide a live link for you to watch in terms of that game as well. They'll be updating with you for live tweets and everything like that. And as well, there will be a special present for all you Ice Pack fans coming to the Backyard Brawl game on Monday. Can't exactly reveal what it is yet because, well, it's a surprise, and that would ruin the surprise.
Ooh.
Nikita Anistratov will take the opening draw against Hunter Phillips, and there goes the draw. Welcome you here tonight, Zach Sawai, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman. Quick shot off of the legs of Eric Mira as Banashevitz quickly goes to the neutral zone to try to make something happen. Offside weighed off as Anistratov works through the zone. Anistratov, like we said, has only a goal and 3 assists so far this season. Laith Jadala now goes to the zone. Bodies down a man in the far corner. Banashevitz will now try to make something happen. Banashevitz leaks over to the other side of the boards as Anistratov begins the forecheck. Mira again bodies down a man. Jadala to the front of the net, just wide of Bessemer. O'Rourke and Mira now out for the Ice Pack. Jadala on the far side. O'Rourke and Jadala connected for a beautiful goal at the end of the Duke game last time. Logan, we got to talk about that goal for sure.
Oh, it was just an absolutely fantastic pass by O'Rourke to Jadala there. There was just nothing much that really could be done by the Duke goalkeeper. When you have an attack that can't be stopped, really, what else can you want?
What else can you do as well? It was a beautiful shot as well from O'Rourke. Jadala was in the right place at the right time to get the quick body on that to tip it in the net.
Yes.
Ellis Rushford now goes behind the boards. Now working it around the corner. There goes the pack. Robinson now will rush it through the sideboards alongside a line of Ryan Kinney and Riley Johnson. Justin Bessemer got the stick on it. Kinney now goes behind the net. Chips alongside him. Riley Johnson into the far corner.
Ice Pack has definitely kept up a very strong attack here so far.
To the front of the net, just wide, through the middle of the slot.
Again, trying to get that first score in those 10 minutes. Get some early momentum here.
Slow legs here off to the start, Cameron. This is not what you expected for a team that really needs to keep up the energy so far.
No, not at all. I mean, they're picking it up a little bit, and I've seen some slams, which explains a little bit from what the team captain for State said earlier about he thinks that maybe some fights will break out, but hopefully not.
Now in the middle of the slot, it is taken away by Benedetti. Benedetti now will carry through the neutral zone, a little bit of a dump and chase play right there. Ice Packs still have that line of Ellis Rushford and Cam Mazikowski on. The most penalized defensive unit in the ACCHL, most likely.
Yes.
For most of you who don't know, Cam Mazikowski and Ellis Rushford do like to play with a little bit of an edge, so it's very often that you will see them in the penalty box, but when they're not in there, they are great players. Cesarek, fastest skater in the ACCHL, takes a shot, and it goes just wide. Now behind the net, there goes Michael Benedetti. Bodies down a man and Trevor Merchant. Alfanzetti now works it. Now taken all the way back out, there goes Tanner Broadwell. Broadwell with a good check on Devin Halko getting in the lineup today.
And again, going back to what you said about the penalties for the Ice Pack defense, really just too much time spent in the penalty box. You want to have your best players out there at all times, and Mazikowski and Rushford give this team the best defense that they could want.
Halko to the front, just wide. Merchant can't get the rebound now off the shot, and it's just cleared out. Great defense done right there by Wilmington. Defending that play was, of course, the ever-so-mentioned Joey Alexander.
Yes.
Tyler Alfanzetti now goes just by the hash marks, can't get in through the circle. Cesare can't keep it onside, and now they take it back. There goes the Seahawks, now pushing it through. Just wide on that play, and they will chip it in. Joey Alexander tries to send a spring pass all the way up to his line mate in Will Took. Can't find a man. Now sent all the way flying back. No icing on the play. Devin Halko will collect it.
Good attack here from the Ice Pack so far. Nothing doing in terms of the attack.
Matt Costigan. Matt Costigan, third year with the Ice Pack, with a quick shot just off the blocker, and it goes out of play. 16-10 left to go here in the first period. No penalties thus far. A little bit surprising, Logan.
Yeah, seeing a lot of physical play here so far, but no penalties called so far. Referees content to let things go as they are right now. I expect as things get more physical, as teams try to get away with a little bit more as things go on, I expect to see a lot more penalties out of both teams. This defense for the Ice Pack hoping to stay out of the penalty box as much as possible against a very physical Wilmington team.
Quick shot just wide there by Alex Vedetta. A great play set up there. Now behind the boards of Matt Costigan. To the slot for an opportunity by Eric Todd. Can't get that one. Costigan now will try to forecheck a man and pushing forward. There go the Seahawks. Vedetta now at the blue line. Can't keep that puck in the neutral zone, trying to make it happen. Tries to body down a man, and Christopher Schwartz. Chris Schwartz is this team's second defensive pairing unit. And now it's carried back. Now back in the corner. Corner battles are an area we haven't talked about yet, Logan. We'll be talking about that a little bit more in the first intermission report right here on PackTV. Sponsored by Zach Sowaye's speech class, which will be happening at some point. Sam Benishevitz now will lead a forecheck against some of these Seahawks players. Now back in the corner, carried through. Great interception there by O'Rourke. There's Jadala. Jadala now working the wagons, trying to find an open man to put some sauce on his spaghetti. Now tipped to the front of the net, a big save by Bessemer. Body down, Jadala makes a play. Bessemer not happy about that one.
Ice Pack trying to just settle it down a little bit. They've been doing a good job getting these shots, but nothing going so far.
Jadala with the drop pass. There's O'Rourke. Mira tried to collect it. Banishevitz with the clap bong is blocked out in front. Jadala, what a save by Bessemer. Rebound, and it goes off the glove. An unbelievable sequence of events right there with a huge save by Bessemer. There's Jadala with a shot. Looked like it was going top shelf, but just wide.
Bessemer just incredible there. He was on his back, and he still stuck his glove up to make an incredible save there against an aggressive Ice Pack attack so far.
O'Rourke and Muir will try to settle that down after that unbelievable sequence of events. I'm speechless for sure. There's Anistratov. Anistratov looking to get his first goal in several games. Got an assist in the last one. Off the blocker of Bessemer. Off the pad, rather. There's Riley Johnson. And the play is stopped. And we will have our first call of the night. Interference call on Nikita Anistratov.
Checked him a little bit too hard there. Looked like he had a solid hip check, but the referees are going to call that one right there.
Now, in general, Cameron, on power plays in the general ACCHL, it's going to be a big situation for sure for the Wilmington Seahawks, who haven't had a lot of success as of late. They didn't work on this a lot in practice. Should they throw pucks at the net, or should they play a little bit more of a passing game, look for an open lane?
I think they need to get more shots on net. Right now, State's dominating with shots on net, and Wilmington has really had to just keep up with their defense because they can't seem to make it to get to that forward to make those shots, but they really need to get it down there so that they can keep up.
Now the puck is cleared back out, just about 30 seconds into this first penalty kill rather for NC State.
Yes.
Tyler Alfanzetti, Trevor Merchant.
And being a man down, always in power.
Trevor Merchant with a big neutral zone interception. Great trap led there by the Pack. Puck hits the mesh and it goes out of play.
Absolutely just incredible job by Merchant there. Stuck his skate out at the prime moment and managed to just catch the puck, taking it until it got tipped up by a Wilmington defender.
About 13:26 left to go here, and Nikita Anistratov now sits for the NC State Ice Pack. Parker Cesarek will now begin the draw here with Eric Todd, Cam Mazakowski, and Ellis Rushford. Donning the red, black, and white jerseys, Cam Mazakowski has been missing the number 1 on his right sleeve since the beginning of last season. Just wearing an 8, even though he's number 18. Now rushing it through the zone, there's Joey Alexander. Now sent over with a beautiful juke move. Great play by Mazakowski, showing why he was the ACCHL Rookie of the Year. First clear of the game for him.
Again, his defense so important to this team. That's why they need to keep him out of the penalty box. Too often does he find himself not on the ice.
Now carrying it through. Pushing forward is Will Took. Will Took with a quick chip just wide of Devin Halko. Joey Hall will hang on to that one.
Looked like
big situation of events going on so far.
Looked like Hall wanted to just stop it and get it back in play, but he wisely just fell on it when he saw that there were a couple of Wilmington offenses right there.
Waiting to take the draw is Trevor Merchant. Now through the middle, pushing it forward with a quick shot. What a save! Joey Hall, absolute larceny, and he holds on.
He's done a fantastic job so far. Wilmington not getting the shots on net that they want to get right now, but what they have gotten in Hall's general vicinity, they've done a wonderful job of. He's done a wonderful job of just stopping everything they put forward.
Eric Todd with a good face-off win just towards the back of the corner right there. Devin Halka was not there to pick it up whatsoever. Now sending it back at the point, looking for a shot. Saved by Joey Hall. Parker Cesarek hangs onto it. Tried to clear, but it's held back in right there by Will Took. Now puck clear back in. They're looking to beat Joey Hall, and they can't. There's Joey Alexander. Forechecked well by Eric Todd. Eric Todd trying to find an open lane. Box formation for State spread apart. Alexander with a shot, and Joey Hall turns it aside. Hudson tripped out in front. Cesarek will tip it out of play. Fans show their appreciation. And it looks like there's a tripping call on the Seahawks.
Again, physical play from both teams, both aggressive and what they've been doing so far. Anistratov just about to come out of the box as the Seahawks put one player in.
One of your keys to the game there, Cameron, was talking about fresh energy. It looks like they got a little bit tired right there, and of course that led to a costly penalty. Going into their first penalty kill of the night down a man, what do they need to do sort of defensively, passing-wise, in order to make sure State doesn't take any chances?
They need to do what, like I said before, they need to do more communication, because right now it doesn't seem like they're communicating very well because they can't seem to get those passes effectively, and they just need to talk to each other so that they can do it effectively.
Ryan Kinney with that beautiful play. Robinson tried to make something happen, but it can't. A 2-on-1 ensues with Hunter Phillips, the team's new captain. Now taken away, there's Robinson. Robinson will try to look for a man, has options in both Ryan Kinney and Riley Johnson. Both line mates he's had for most of this season. Robinson tries to send it over to the Silkman and Ryan Kinney. Johnson, Riley, Superman Johnson in that aspect. Trying to find an open man. State trying to set up a diamond in one play, rather. An overlord shooting formation. O'Rourke with a shot, tips high. Puck goes out of play.
Now, a great opportunity there for the Ice Pack. They've been getting these shots, but so far Bessemer has done a wonderful job of defending the goal for the Seahawks.
State has killed one penalty tonight.
Yes.
That's a big aspect for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Special shout out to the rest of the PackTV broadcast crew here behind the scenes making everything happen. Can't do this without their help. We're appreciative. Ellis Rushford with a shot off the pad of Bessemer. Rushford hangs onto it, holds it in. Now carrying it through. Skitter just wide of Tom Wickland.
We're seeing a very aggressive Ice Pack here so far. Trying to get something to happen in both patient and frantic ways so far. Just rushing the net.
Puck is now chipped back out. A little bit of communication right there as we saw earlier, and we talked about that with you, Cameron. Now there's Mazakowski. Mazakowski over to Anistertov. From this angle, it looks like they're both number 8 because Mazakowski's missing the 1 on his sleeve. Quick shot just into the corner. Ellis Rushford will now take a chance with that one. There's Cam Mazakowski. Rather, that's Nikita Anistertov. Talking a little bit about how we make mistakes here. There's Lace Jadala in the corner right beside the referee. There's Mazakowski, got that clarified. Ellis Rushford will now perform a little bit of an interesting movement with his feet to try to stay in the zone. Seahawks trying to pressure inside the boards. Puck goes out of play.
Now and again, the Ice Pack has done a wonderful job getting these opportunities. Their attack has done a good job so far, but they need to get those shots on net to go in. So far, nothing doing for them as we finish these first 10 minutes here.
And now puck is won back. Davis Hudson will now take a chance on that one. Banashevitz, Jadala, and Anistertov, that first line out there for the Pack as the team's first power play unit, as the power play expires at just the 10-minute mark. One of the objectives for the game, of course, was to get that first goal in the first 10 minutes. Won't happen tonight. Is this safe to say that this is State's first really difficult competition thus far, Logan?
No, I think we saw the toughest competition they've had so far against George Washington in that first game. That one going to overtime.
Intercepted at the point. There's Joey Alexander. Now carried back in. There's Woodleaf. Woodleaf tries to make something happy. Body down well by Anistertov. And a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Jadala and Banashevitz. There he goes. Late Jadala and Banashevitz off the pad of Bessemer. To the front of the net. Chip just wide. Couldn't find the man. There's Devin Halko. Jadala now chips it in for a quick line change. And there's that.
Again, they're getting those opportunities, but they have not gotten anything to go so far.
Trevor Merchant takes the offside for the Pack. 9:14 left to go. We talk about it a lot, Logan. We talked about it a little bit in the Backyard Brawl in general, but we can't talk enough about it at all. The Backyard Brawl is going to be this Monday at the PNC Arena. Free admission. Donate $5 if you wish. There will be concessions there, merchandise, and beer for all you 21-plus fans out there. Had to mention the 21-plus part or else I would be fired. Now carry through. There's Davis Hudson. Trevor Merchant now carries it through the middle of the neutral zone. Now intercepted well. There's Schwartz. Schwartz for the Seahawks. Looks like Joey Hall grabbed onto that one.
A great catch from Joey Hall there. Kind of fell forward a little bit to make sure he could grab that one. Plucking that one out of the air. Again, he's done a fantastic job so far tonight. He and Bessemer both allowing no goals so far, despite 2 very strong attacks that we've seen from the Seahawks and the Ice Pack.
Matthew Hustis, team coach for the UNCW Seahawks, is manning the bench tonight. Alongside him is assistant coach Tony McCabe. Players in Isabel DeFilippo. Well, rather, she's the team manager tonight for the UNCW Seahawks. It's really great to see tons of people getting involved in these club teams as well, as Cameron talked a little bit about earlier about the Flying V. Good fan marketing promotions going on down there in Wilmington. Hopefully soon there will be a Backyard Brawl for themselves. Now there's Alfonzetti. Alfonzetti with a rush. There's Cesarek. Cesarek, fastest skater. Alfonzetti with a shot. Can't get that one quite off. Just goes right past Eric Mura, now rushing back in.
You can't whiff on opportunities like that if you want to get an early lead here.
Yeah.
Giving that one up. Hate to see that happen.
I definitely think that Wilmington is holding their own, though, against State, despite the lack of practice that they've had. They're doing really well, better than I've expected.
Now Cesarek. Cesarek had an opportunity to make a pass to Alfonzetti for a quick rush. Couldn't do that one. Alfonzetti avoids the offside call as Bessemer will send it back to Benedetti.
And again, this physical play continuing for both teams here. A lot of contact happening, but penalties for the most part have been rather quiet. Only 1 on either team right now.
Great choice in music. I was lost in music for quite a second. I'm not going to lie to you. Now carried through the middle are the rest of the players going on as well. Another chance to get hype as well. We were talking again about the Backyard Brawl.
Yes.
In terms of marketing for that, what have you seen around campus thus far?
I've seen flyers. I've seen just a lot of promotional events happening so far. Again, this is one of the biggest events for the Ice Pack, and it always gets a fantastic turnout, so you know that it's important for this team.
Trevor Merchant had a chance to make something happen. I talked with Trevor all week. A lot of the players tonight were ready for the crucial points as he's throttled alongside the boards. Now carried forward. There goes Benedetti. And now you can hear the various icing calls as Eric Muir wins the foot race. Trevor Merchant, Cam Mazakowski, and a lot of the guys this week were ready for the crucial points tonight as they really want to make the ACCHL tournament playoffs.
And a win tonight would help them even further along than they already are right now. Again, 6-0 is a great place to be right now, but getting to 7-0 against an opponent like Wilmington, that helps you even more.
Matt Costigan, still one of the players searching for his first of the year. If he would have gotten one on the West Virginia trip, we would love to know about it, but there's Ellis Rusher with a quick chip. Tip out in front by Matt Costigan, goes just wide on that play. Mazakowski will send it into the Wilmington bench for a quick stoppage of play.
Yes, and really, you don't expect, sitting on the bench, you don't expect the puck to be put in play next to you. Usually you see that happen more on the ice, but again, both teams very physical right now, often seeing the puck go up in the air and just snatched out of the air by both teams. But again, neither team really able to make anything happen on offense so far. We're seeing, again, another physical check against Ellis Rushford right there.
There's Matt Costigan. Costigan to the middle. There's Mazakowski with a ripper, and he can't get quite past some of the Wilmington defenders out in front. That was Tom Wickland.
Wilmington just kind of staying pat so far. There's not much that they've been able to do. Whenever they do seem to get it on defense, more often than not.
Rushford body to the ground. No call on that one. Costigan trying to make the play happen on the wrong player. Revenge on the wrong person is never good, and that would have been a little bit of a situation of events right there. Series of unfortunate events, as the book series is titled. There's Cam Mazakowski now carrying it through. Alex Vedetta through the neutral zone.
Rushford, not one of the players that you want to take on this Ice Pack team. His penalty minute showing he is more than willing to come back at you.
I'll never forget this. One of the first days I met Sam Benishevitz as Cam Mazakowski works through the middle. Robinson, a quick shot up high. Good save. Rushford spins around, can't get it. Rushford tries to battle alongside some of the Wilmington players. Back out to the front, and they can't quite get it in. Now puck is sent back flying in for an icing call.
No, and you see the Ice Pack, they are trying to crash the net. A similar play style that they've had all year, trying to get as many people toward the net as they can, kind of muddle everything up down there and get that shot through, but nothing happening so far. Again, a score of 0-0 as we've got 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in this first period.
As I was saying, Logan, the first day I met Sam Benishevitz, I'll never forget. We were talking about Ellis Rushford. First things he said to me, if Ellis don't like you, he'll kill you. As Davis Hudson will send that pass over to Miles Ferrone. Ferrone was a player we saw in the Duke game as well, one of the sort of jack-of-all-trades player, as Robinson is almost shoved into the boards. Ferrone is going to be able to fit anywhere into the lineup.
Yes, and having those players, that versatility is always key. And they've got a couple of those players that have filled in the floater role so far.
It definitely seems like the energy has picked up in the game so far.
Ryan Kinney has a chance to make something happen. Good pass up by Ferrone. Kinney, the silk man himself. Take a look at his highlight reel. Some really shot out the side of the goal. Robinson around the back, can't make anything happen. There's Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson to Miles Ferrone with a clap bomb and a huge save by Bessemer.
Bessemer just doing a fantastic job. A couple good opportunities for the Ice Pack there, but just nothing going.
Puck is iced down. Great turnout for the Ice Pack tonight so far. This is a crowd that would be very normal in terms of last season. Tonight is a huge showing. A lot of the players tonight that aren't playing are in attendance with their friends and family as well.
Yes.
Several of the Ice Pack fans. We see the Ice Pack game day crew in front of us as well. Want to give a huge shout out to them for making sure that the fans who are not able to watch the PackTV broadcast are able to stay up to date. Ferrone takes a shot that goes just wide as Banishevitz makes a backhand pass, trying to find the wickets of somebody there. There's an Eastertop to the front of the net. Glove down out in front. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Jack Krosner. And the puck goes out of play. Jack Krosner is a guy that I knew very well way back in the day. Jack and I went to the same elementary school, and I remember we were first talking about hockey way back in those days. So it's good to see him living out his dream playing for the Wilmington Seahawks.
Absolutely. And we've talked about how much these players love this game. And going back to elementary school, they know what they've wanted to do since then.
Nikita Anistertov will now work it through the middle. And Nikita Anistratov now works it through the back there, Sam Banashevitz. Banashevitz, 6 goals, 8 assists on the season, leads this team with 14 points. There's Laith Jadala. Laith has had a bit of a scoring rush as well. A little bit of interesting things to say about him. We'll talk about it in just a second here. As now leading back out the rush, there goes the Seahawks. That was Hunter Phillips, team captain. Interestingly enough, you can't see the letters. Never mind, you can see the letters on their jerseys. The colors are very bright for Wilmington tonight, wearing bright yellow alongside teal and navy blue, donning their equipment, and of course the Ice Pack donning the black, red, and white as Ian O'Rourke misses that pass.
No, a very unique color combination, but you know, it adds to that uniqueness that every team has.
Now carried through the middle there, Sam Banashevitz. Banashevitz with great speed. Banashevitz with a quick shot, held on by Beesimer.
Oh, and these goalies always grateful for the extra padding, taking that one directly to the ribs.
3:38 left to go here in the first. It seems like it's been eventful here, guys, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah, it's slow, and then it picks up, and then it's slow again.
Yeah, just nothing happening so far tonight.
Sort of like a sine curve that we see in some math classes. Only reason I say that I had math homework due today, so it's very good that I was able to recognize that term. Now carried through quickly by the Wilmington Seahawks. That was Benedetti. Chipped out in front. Almost went in right there. There's Trevor Merchant.
Fortunate.
Merchant with a chance to make something happen. Not a lot of speed on that play as Alfonzetti loses that opportunity. Now carry back through. There's Yakovone. Yakovone now in a battle. Actually, he goes right back to the bench. Now in a battle in the corner, it was Eric Mura. Eric Mura transferred over from UNC Charlotte just a season ago. Came to place and fitted well with head coach Mike Gazzillo's system. Has earned him a spot on the first line with Ian O'Rourke. But again, Logan, this is a team where lines don't really matter whether you're on the first or the fourth. You're expected to produce at the same level no matter where you are in the lineup.
Yes, and having that confidence in all lines that they have in every combination of these players is essential to the Ice Pack identity. Every single player here can produce.
There's Trevor Merchant. Trevor Merchant looking for a second of the year, and he scores! Trevor Merchant finds the back of the net. Unbelievable opportunity for the Ice Pack. They are up by 1 with 2:17 left to go.
Absolutely. Merchant just with a wonderful shot. Nothing really different than what they've been doing so far, just getting out in front of the net. But he managed to get that one past Bessemer right there.
Waiting for the assist call on that play will, of course, lean on the trusty sage advice of Wade Minter for the assist on that play. But we believe that'll be Trevor Merchant's second of the year. For sure, he'll be raving about that one for weeks to come. A player that loves the game as much as he plays it, which is quite a bit. Cam Mazakowski went on chip it past Joey Alexander. Joey Alexander has been really suppressed in terms of opportunities thus far. There's the call by Wade Minter. Trevor Merchant with his second of the year.
Oh.
Looks like Tyler Alfonzetti will be getting the assist on that play. And I believe that'll be it. So Trevor Merchant assisted by Tyler Alfonzetti. ACC Scholar of the Year last year. Looking to be the same this year, of course. Bodied out in front. There's Todd. A little bit of an extra shove right there. Looks like that was Wilt Hook getting in the extra little fisticuffs in the corner. Vedetta now with a strong check out. There's Benedetti once again. Vedetta at the blue line will go offside.
And again, we've seen this physical play by both teams. Things may boil over here soon. A lot of no love lost between these two teams.
Players take their stances ready to get going here. An interesting fact, of course, about Laith Jadala. I was talking to head coach Mike Gazzillo about this a lot over the past several weeks. Laith is a guy that, of course, grew up playing hockey. But a big thing to note is the differences between State and the Wilmington Seahawks as the puck goes into the corner right there. Ryan Kinney will lose that battle. Puck is chipped back out. Wilmington has a lot of true freshmen by the means of 18-year-old players. I was talking with head coach Matt Hustis before the game.
Yes.
State's majority of players are guys that have already played juniors, such as the British Columbia Hockey League. Of course, those entail what a hit there by Ellis Rushford. As we were saying, he'll kill you. There's Cam Mazakowski. Will chip it out to the middle. Riley Johnson will miss that play. Puck is stopped. I see no penalty call there, but going on here, there's a huge age difference between these guys. You have guys on the NC State team that are nearing 22, 23 years old. Lace Jala is up there as well. Sam Benishevitz, I know for a fact, is around 23 years old. And I was talking with head coach of the Wilmington Seahawks. They have guys that are 18 years old. What does this age difference play into that, especially for the fact that some of these guys have played pros?
Well, the older teammates are going to have to take on leadership roles and lead these younger teammates so that they know what to do and they know how to communicate within this team, because every team is going to have their different ways to communicate. So that's going to be really critical that those older players take those leadership roles.
Riley Johnson tried to make something happen. Off Robinson almost lost that one. Robinson now back in the corner looking for a chance to make something happen. And he can. Riley Johnson now will try to find it. Gets lost in his gloves a little bit. Johnson, what a juke move. Can't quite complete it. Now puck is chipped back out. Rushing it forward with speed and elasticity. Carrying it forward. Lost that one back in the NC State end. Looks like that'll be the end of the period so far. Final score for the first period is 1-0. Quick thoughts on the period, both Cameron and Logan.
It's just a very physical period so far. Both teams trying to get their way done here so far, but nothing doing for the Wilmington Seahawks here so far. Ice Pack has done a wonderful job.
I agree. There's been lots of shots on goal, lots of aggressiveness, but so far the Pack has been the only one who's been successful, it seems like, in this period.
Success in the period will carry momentum over, as many people would expect. We'll talk about it in just a little bit right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
An exciting matchup thus far here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Zach Sawaye, Logan Ward, and our special guest tonight, Cameron Thoman. It's been a big contest so far. A player that I've been waiting a long time to call a goal for him is Trevor Merchant. Second goal of the year so far. Got his first goal, of course, in the West Virginia weekend just a few weekends back. Now, Logan, what did you see out of that play, especially from the pass by Alfonsetti and Merchant's ability to work his way around some defenders? What technique does that take in terms of getting it to the backhand?
It takes an incredible amount of technique. He did a wonderful job just skating in front and getting the shot that he wanted. He really just sliced right through the defense and got right in front of Bessemer and just managed to put it right above him.
It was an amazing goal for sure. Again, it was Trevor's first goal since all the way back in the West Virginia weekend. Has racked up a few points since, has primarily filled up a third-line grinder role. But as he told me just a few short weeks ago, that these 4 lines are working to a point where it's basically 4 first lines, in his own exact words. Now, Cameron, in terms of goaltending tonight, Joey Hall for State was not tested barely at all. State has dominant possession of the puck. Taking that speech class very soon. But in terms of goaltending by Ryan Bessemer, the Seahawks goaltender, what have you seen from him?
He's done an excellent job so far, except for that one goal that State did get. I need the speech class. But anyways, he's done an excellent job so far, keeping most of those shots on goal out from the goal, except for the one. But other than that, he's done a great job.
Proper stance, proper technique as well. He's done a good job, of course, by staying in the crease. Now, Logan, this is a bit of an uncharted territory for things we've talked about, but in terms of goaltending, one of the primary styles of goaltending, of course, is whether you challenge the shooter, whether you go far out of your crease, or you stay a little bit in your crease and try to wait for the shot. In terms of Joey Hall, his primary style has been going out of the crease, trying to make something happen. You saw a few chances where Joey came a little bit out of the net and had a few chances where they could have gotten a rebound goal. What does Joey Hall need to do to focus, especially for the fact that Wilmington is going to probably come back charging?
He just needs to stay focused. Really, you said it best. He's done a fantastic job, again, with that style of coming out to challenge this Seahawks offense. It's worked out for him so far. Again, letting up 0 goals, that's the goal. But he's done a fantastic job of doing what he does best, and that's challenging those shooters, letting them get very few good opportunities on him.
It's going to be a great one for sure. There's a clean sheet of ice back out there. We're going to take a quick break right here on PackTV. We'll be right back to talk about some keys for the second period right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
We're back. Zach Saleh, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman. A little bit of an uneventful welcome back, of course, but we're here nonetheless. So quickly to talk about the road ahead for NC State. It's not going to get any easier. Richmond is uncharted territory for NC State. I talked with Sam Benishevitz, several other players before the beginning of this game. They talked to me about Richmond. Now, for just a little bit of reference, most of these guys know each other from junior play. In terms of Richmond, they don't know anybody going into that game, so they don't really know how good Richmond can be. Going into uncharted territory, not a lot of film experience as well to watch, to look at systems, set up of plays, anything like that. What's going to be the main motivational message for State for tomorrow night?
Well, the main motivation will just to be keep doing what you're doing. They've done a fantastic job in this season so far. Again, 6-0 on the season. But if the Ice Pack can just do what they do best, it doesn't matter what opponent they're up against. They can enforce their will on any team when they're at their best.
3 games in 4 nights, of course, as the Backyard Brawl is a Monday night. In terms of fatigue, you know that State has had an outstanding season this year, and Chapel Hill has not had a very good season thus far, still looking for one of their first wins of the year. In terms of fatigue, will we see an even match on Monday night, or do you still see State having an edge?
I think State has the edge. They've got the better record right now. UNC still looking for that first win, but both teams are definitely going to be hungry to keep this going or to win their first one. So Chapel Hill, expect to see them coming out strong, but expect the Ice Pack to stay pat.
It'll be an interesting one for sure. Now, to talk about some things for the next period, Logan, what are some big keys for State? They've been playing well so far, but what's left to tweak?
They've really just got to clean up their defense a little bit. Wilmington's still getting a lot of shots on goal, but for the most part, the Ice Pack just needs to keep doing what they're doing. Again, I can't say that enough, really. They've done a fantastic job. They need to get better shots. They're getting the opportunities, but they're fanning their shots, and they're just not getting done what they need to so far.
Now, Joey Hall has given a lot of opportunity to the Seahawks thus far in terms of letting out rebounds. Do you see Wilmington trying to crash the net a little bit more, trying to put more guys in front of the net to get the rebound, or do you see them still trying to pass the puck back up at the top of the zone?
Probably passing. I've seen them doing it a lot, and it seems like that's what they believe works. So I feel like just because that seems to be what they're comfortable with, that's what they'll keep doing. They might try different techniques just to spice things up, but other than that, that's what I expect from them.
Spice things up as well. Our pregame ritual now will be some pumpkin spice lattes, Logan. New addition to the PackTV broadcast crew. We'll be right back here on PackTV for Puck Drop.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
The Zamboni cleaning the ice never gets old here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Zach Sawaye, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman here for PackTV, bringing you live action tonight. Of course, donning the Zamboni here for the Raleigh Iceplex is a gigantic polar bear. So, Logan, this is not part of your job description, but
No.
I would love a good, quick design analysis of that Zamboni.
Well, you know, polar bears, ice, they just go together really well. I assume that's all the thought that went into it. You know, you've got the Charlotte Checkers with a polar bear on their emblem, but that's about it between polar bears and hockey. You know, Polar bears and ice. What more can you really say?
As well, this is the Polar Ice House. Now, I don't know what you think about the Zamboni, Cameron, here, but let's hear some of your thoughts.
Well, he definitely looks a little scary. Like, sometimes when I see regular polar bears, I think, oh, they're cute, but he definitely looks aggressive. Like, I guess the message they're trying to say is hockey is aggressive, which they're not wrong.
Definitely interesting design here on the front of the Zamboni as it goes right in front of the PackTV broadcast booth. Head coach Mike Gazzillo works alongside the boards, alongside Wade Minter, who's in the middle of the penalty boxes, of course, exchanging some words. Now, I talked to Wade actually shortly following the game. I believe it was against James Madison. I ended up buying him throat lozenges. He had to call 13 goals that night. It was a 9-4 game, so eventually he got a little bit tired. And as well, I was coaching some youth camps this summer with him as well. And now kids like to score. Kids love to have their puck possession. His voice was gone. There was about 26 goals in one game, and he had to announce it because it was part of the Hurricanes organization. As well, coaching in that sort of event as well was not only Alex Vedetta, but Alice Rushford, along, I believe it was somebody from the UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels team as well. I didn't catch his last name, but his first name was Mason in that regard. And this is something you'll be talking about a little bit in your show, Pack Gives Back, talking a little bit about what some of these players do for the hockey community and the youth around the Triangle.
Yes, and so many of these club teams are so active in the community and all the different things that they do to give back, really. And a lot of these players, they want to give back to the community that raised them up in the hockey environment. It's so key to developing the future of hockey as well.
Puck about to drop here. Now, Logan, you've seen a little bit about what State can do, especially going forward here. What does the Seahawks schedule look like going forward here?
Not sure yet. We'll have that information for you coming here soon. ACCHL website. Little difficult to find on here.
Yeah, the ACCHL website, the ACC in general has done a great job of marketing towards, you know, the rejuvenation of this league. Their Twitter account has gotten some great presence thus far in terms of trying to spread the word. The Glenda Love broadcasting channel has made waves across the Triangle area. We'll be broadcasting the game alongside us at the Backyard Brawl, of course. Interviewed head coach Mike Gazzillo, Sam Banashevitz, even UNC head coach Jeff Volkman. It's going to be a great game for sure. Still awaiting the puck drop here for this second period. Players taking the benches. Starting lineups about to come on for each team.
Now, and I expect to see a lot more physical play out of these two teams here so far. We saw a lot of checking into the boards in the first period, and I can only expect that to continue. The team that has the least points will definitely get a little bit more frustrated as it goes on. Wilmington proven that they are not afraid to hit this team in front of their home crowd.
Now, in terms of the jump here for the start of the second period, Cameron, what do you need to see from the Seahawks?
Definitely more aggression. It seems like they kind of like waned off a little bit and were not as fast as they needed to be during the first period. So they definitely need to step their game up and get more shots on goal just so that they can keep up with the momentum of the Ice Pack.
No, most certainly. And the momentum of the Ice Pack continuing here so far. Definitely seeing a lot of back and forth here in the early first 30 seconds. As we've seen it on both sides of the ice, neither team really taking full control or possession of the puck right now. But we do see the Ice Pack have it right here as we come into the 19th minute here.
Ian O'Rourke settles it down for the beginning of this second period with his linemate Eric Mira. Those first lines now back out for the Pack. Now back around, there's Ian O'Rourke, team president. Somebody that a lot of the players were watching as of last year.
Absolutely.
There's Ian O'Rourke with a quick rush. What a move to the front. O'Rourke slides through the pads. Can't get it. Anishatov.
Oh.
I can't explain what just happened there, Logan. What a save by Ryan Beesimer.
No, just a little bit of a mosh pit breaking out in front of the net right there. Nothing happening. It looks like Bessemer just managed to fall on top of the puck. A save's a save, though.
A save is a save in that aspect, and we were talking about this during the intermission here, Cameron, about goaltending performance. He's looking pretty sharp compared to the last period.
He really is. He seems like he's back on his game and that this time he's ready. but still, it kind of looked a little bit sloppy how, like Logan said, he just kind of fell on top of the puck, but still, a save is a save.
A save is a save nonetheless, as the players will come out on the ice.
No, and we're seeing a very aggressive ice pack here in the early goings, trying to get that goal to get their momentum
Chipped out
picked
in front,
up.
just wide there, trying to get a shot off was Robinson. O'Rourke will now send it back into the zone, looking for a man, and there's Ryan Kinney. Ryan Kinney now tries to work his way through. Ian O'Rourke will try to send it back in. Now carried back out and left out right in front right there. Now working his way back through. To the front of the net, just wide. Kinney with the rebound, can't quite get it. Robinson with a shot, just chipped high into the meshing.
Now we're seeing, again, Ice Pack getting the shots that they want, but they're not converting on them. Bessemer doing a wonderful job with his body positioning and just general control of the crease in front of the net, doing a wonderful job so far here of keeping the Ice Pack from scoring here some more.
Robinson taking the draw alongside Riley Johnson. And, of course, their line mate and Ryan Kinney. Ryan Kinney, as well as several other guys, came into the PackTV office this week to talk about some future plans for these broadcasts in general. And we have a great set of events coming up soon here. A lot more introspective look into the Ice Pack, a lot more look into what they do on game days and everything like that. We'll bring all that coverage soon here on PackTV as the puck is now chipped back, and there's Robinson. Robinson's checked well. Back at the point, there's Backus. Backus now try to make something happen, but there's Riley Johnson. There's Backus now. My apologies. Big-bodied 6'4" player. There's Riley Johnson. Johnson through the middle, bodied down by Joey Alexander. Robinson still trying to find a man. Can't. Robinson now playing a little bit of a D-to-D action with Ellis Rushford. Will not receive the pass on that play. There's Ryan Kinney. Ryan Kinney will now chip it back into the corner boards, trying to make something happen. Kinney will win the corner battle. Excitement going on here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Pack the Plex, rather, is a promotional event that some of these fans have been trying to do as of late.
They're definitely showing out for their team right now. We've got a very large crowd here tonight in support of the Ice Pack. And again, like you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Zach, even some Wilmington fans showing out for their team.
Wilmington, of course, is quite a way away, so if you're driving all the way from Wilmington, God bless you. Gas money is not cheap these days, for sure.
No, most certainly not. And it is important to have these visiting fans here. Again, showing out for their team. You know the Wilmington players appreciate it. They like having that support, especially in an environment like the Iceplex, where you have so many of the Ice Pack fans here. Apologies.
Now waiting through on the draw. Carried through the middle, there's Cam Mazakowski. Mazakowski will now chip it just wide. Now sent back out D-to-D, there's Michael Benedetti. Benedetti playing on a line alongside a Wilmington player. Now carried through the middle. That was Christian Hoffman. Hoffman will now chip it in on a line with Kent McLaughlin.
Oh.
And I believe Daniel Breschka. Now carried back out with a chip shot just high of Joey Hall. Went flying over his head like an airplane. There's Cam Mazakowski. Mazakowski will now try to settle it down. Makes a chip pass up. There's Alfanzetti. Offside is called off. Alfanzetti now throttled to the ground. Alfanzetti ensues a corner battle. There's Ellis Rushford. Rushford will now make a quick pass to Cam Mazakowski. Beautiful joystick move. Mazakowski will shoot that puck just high. Parker Cesarek will now try to make something happen. There's Ellis Rushford. Trevor Merchant with a back pass. Alfanzetti with a quick chip shot. Hoffman was there to collect it. Now there's Benedetti. Benedetti with a spring pass all the way up to Tanner Broadwell. That was Matthew Yakovone. My sincere apologies. Yakovone is, of course, a native of Bayside. Cam Mazakowski brought down. There's Ellis Rushford. The most penalized defensive unit thus far in the ACCHL will ice that puck.
Rushford himself having 25 minutes spent in the penalty box. You have to reduce that amount of penalties going forward. But he's definitely been effective here tonight, as Wilmington has yet to score.
So talking a little bit about the road ahead, Logan, for Wilmington, it's not going to be easy.
No, and their schedule on the ACCHL website may not be perfectly up to date. They didn't even have the game here tonight on there. But going forward, it looks like they're going to have Duke on the 20th,
UNC November 2nd before taking on UNC again 2 months later on January 18th, a long break in there before they play NC State again the day after that, before taking on Charlotte February 2nd and Duke the 8th of February to finish up this season.
It's going to be a long one for sure, and of course, we've seen scheduling issues with Duke as well. Some teams do have the funds and necessary resources to play every single weekend, as Parker Cesarek comes through the middle, can't get a shot off. Cesarek with a quick shot. Great body down there by Joey Alexander, as the puck is now chipped back out. There goes Jonathan Backus. Backus, big body, 6'5" forward, 210 pounds. Daunting player for the Wilmington Seahawks. Now brought back to the point. Just missing that was Tyler Feast.
Great deflection there from Joey Hall. Again, going out a little bit of his way to meet the offense there. Nothing doing, though, for the Seahawks.
There's Alex Vedetta, and the puck will be chipped in on an icing call. And we talked a little bit about this before, Logan, but some of these Ice Pack players have gained some recognition in the local triangle hockey community. A group of Cam Mazikowski, Ellis Rushford, Devin Halko, Ryan Kinney, Davis Hudson, and I believe a few other players, if I'm not mistaken, had the opportunity to be in the hype video for the Carolina Hurricanes. How exciting would that be if you were, invited to be in a hype video for, I don't know, Saturday Night Live?
It'd be absolutely incredible. It's the professionals of what you really want to do. And if these players can find their way to the Carolina Hurricanes roster, that's really their career goal.
There goes Backus. Backus, of course, now fighting the Ice Pack, who apparently now wants to make an acting career out of hockey. There's Alex Vedetta now chipping it up alongside to Matt Costigan. Matt Costigan tried to make a chip pass to a crashing the net, and Devin Halko couldn't find anyone to make that opportunity there. There's Matt Costigan. Costigan trying to go into the corner to help out his fellow teammate, and Devin Halko trying to win the corner battle. A little bit of a heavy metal mosh pit right down in the corner. A lot of people. Looks like somebody's going to the box. Can't exactly determine for what, but I believe Vedetta, no.
Appears it'll be one of the Wilmington players here heading to the box. May have been a little bit of a high sticking was the only thing that I really noticed on that play.
Now heading in the box for Wilmington is number 5. This is not a player that we do have on our scorecard at the moment. Some of the things that happens with these teams is new players are coming on quite often, and they have to give them a jersey number very quickly. Blaise Jadala with a quick shot off the post. And the puck is cleared back out.
See Joey Hall coming way out of the net right there. High risk, high reward is the name of the goalie game that he plays.
Joey Hall has a very distinct style. Some call reminiscent of Dominik Hasek. Some call reminiscent of a fish. Interesting commentary from what we've heard from previous years on the NC State Ice Pack broadcast. Here's an opportunity for Wilmington to make something happen. There's Banashevitz. Banashevitz to Anistratov with a quick shot. Body down in front by Benedetti. Benedetti on this line so far with Hunter Phillips, Jacob Bowers, and in the back that seems to be Jack Krosner.
And Bessemer again with the strong presence in goal, trying to prevent the Ice Pack from scoring again. They have the
There's
advantage
Jadala.
here.
Jadala to the front of the net, tipped out. Great stick play by Jake Bowers. There's Sam Banashevitz. Banashevitz with the drop play to Ian O'Rourke. Ian O'Rourke now will send it flying all the way back. There's Eric Mira. There's Ian O'Rourke. O'Rourke to the back. There's Jadala working his way through, and he gets a little bit tripped up on the play. There was a banana peel on the ice. There's Eric Mira with a quick shot just wide over the pad of Ryan Bessemer. A lot of events happened there. Cameron, what's going on with UNCW's defense?
It doesn't seem like they're utilizing their skills enough. It seems like they're just letting the puck get right back to State. And honestly, State should have used that power play more to their advantage than they did. I mean, they had a lot of shots, it seemed like, but it didn't seem like they used it as much as they could have.
Coach Gazzillo's power play this year has employed a very interesting strategy, of course. They're throwing pucks at the net. But one thing, Logan, would you say they need to increase their creativity of shots?
I wouldn't say they necessarily need to increase their creativity. They need to take better shots. They're just shooting willy-nilly at the goal, really.
There's Rushford. Mazikowski with a shot just wide. There's Robinson. Robinson now will try to find a man at the point in Ellis Rushford. Robinson to the middle. There's Johnson with the shot. He scores! Riley Superman Johnson with his 10th of the season. 2-0 Ice Pack.
Johnson just doing a fantastic job. Again, taking advantage of being on this power play. They did a perfect job of getting it in front of the net with the fantastic pass from Robinson to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson just taking full advantage of getting that.
It seems like we found the special key to the Ice Pack scoring goals.
Absolutely.
Cameron needs to keep on saying the Ice Pack need to keep on taking better shots. We'll keep that in mind as the speech class gets organized. There's Robinson with a quick draw win. Ellis Rushford will make that play. Cam Mazakowski had a beautiful cross-eyes pass on that one through the middle of the slot. We'll wait for Wade Minter for the official announcement. As Riley Johnson now with great speed through the middle with a quick shot just over the glove of Ryan Beesimer. Alex Robinson will get an assist on that play.
Robinson just did a fantastic job of finding Johnson right in front of the net.
Looks like Mazakowski will not get an assist on that play. It looked like it was Mazakowski who made the pass, but our view was a little bit obstructed. There's Robinson. Robinson now with Johnson surveying. State now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Now carried back out. The Wolfpack chants are prominent. There's Tanner Broadwell working through the zone. Ellis Rusher with a big stick play. Almost got called in a tripping call. But there's Robinson once again. Through the middle, Robinson will carry slowly. Robinson with a quick shot just wide. There's Ryan Kinney to the front. No one to pick up the rebound. Trevor Merchant still waiting for it. Trevor Merchant, a native of the British Columbia Hockey League, of course, hailing from New Jersey. Scored his first goal since the West Virginia games tonight. There's Alfanzetti with a shot by Cesarek and a huge save by Ryan Beesimer.
We've called Cesarek a lot more than we have in these past couple games. Definitely making his presence a little bit more known. We're seeing that fast skating that he showed off in the skills tournament.
Hudson with pure sauce through the middle of the neutral zone. Don't say that very often, but a lot of these guys could be called Chef Boyardee. Now carrying it through the middle, there's Joey Alexander, sends it chipping back out. Devin Halko. Halko will send it over to Davis Hudson. Hudson with a great, strong chance to make something happen. With a spring pass, there's Alfanzetti. Alfanzetti makes a mistake on that one. Sends it just high. Pucks come squittering back out. Add that one to the dictionary.
Fans incredulous down there. They wanted that one to keep going in play. Ice Pack might have had an opportunity there as it squirted just between Besimer's legs.
Ice Pack fans lining alongside the boards here, cracking a cold one, enjoying the night. Fans are, of course, 21 plus. Enjoying the night. A lot of great turnout from friends and family as well. Saw a lot of familiar faces, especially from Ice Pack past. Eric Johnson was a player that decided to take a year off from the team and is here, of course, to support. There's Vedetta out with a shot just out in front, still looking for his first of the year.
Appears
Vedetta with a huge hit.
Saw Besimer employ the crocodile death roll there, just trying to roll over and take down the puck himself right there. Rolling over on the ice. I don't think I've ever seen that one before, Zach.
I've never heard you call one like that before, Logan.
Well, I mean, when you don't see it, it's hard to come up with the terminology for it.
Looks like I'll be studying amphibians tonight for my next speech lesson.
Reptiles, Zach. Reptiles.
Reptiles. I'm getting a science lesson here too, ladies and gentlemen. Really enjoying this night thus far. Looks like we are again having penalty troubles as the players reconvene to decide on things that are going on.
Yes.
Special teams tonight, Logan, have improved statistically, maybe not in a sense of overall effort.
No, we haven't seen a lot of power play going on here so far, as it appears that another Wolfpack player will be sent to the penalty box.
Looks like it'll be Alex Vedetta. Miles Ferrone almost took a seat. The big thing about Alex Vedetta is I was watching him last year, and we've seen a lot of him this year so far in recent games. His role has sort of changed. As you saw tonight, he's been stepping up physically, Logan.
No, he's been a very physical presence for this Wolfpack team. Ice Pack, excuse me. He's done a fantastic job, particularly in the neutral zone. You'll see him a lot more with his physicality and just coming out and trying to make things happen. Again, one of the most versatile players on this team.
Matt Costigan almost had that face-off win as the puck is chipped all the way back out. Eric Todd will race towards it. Eric Todd hasn't found the score sheet that much this season. Still looking for, I believe, his first or second, but has a chance here. There's Eric Todd, bodied off the puck well by Will Took. Now the puck is carried back out by Jonathan Backus. Backus now will circle the wagons. Around Eric Todd, jukes. Just to the front, Joey Hall swallows it whole. A little bit of extras here. Pay a little bit extra for that. $9.95 to see that fight going on.
Again, this physical defense. A lot of talking going on out there. A lot of chirping just going back and forth between these teams. Eric Todd not happy with something that happened there, letting the Wilmington offense know about it.
And this is sort of reaffirming your point about communication, Cameron.
Definitely. I mean, they definitely need to start communicating now that they have the advantage, Wilmington that is, so that they can get those shots in goal and actually get a goal. But, of course, always go Pack.
There's Backus. Backus to the middle. There's Alfonzetti. Alfonzetti will send it flying back out. Almost hit a man high. That was Joey Alexander. Hockey players are some of the toughest players in the world getting that opportunity. Now there's Backus. Backus to the middle, and it looks like the shot can't go in. Joey Hall standing in front of the net. Almost had an opportunity there. Hunter Phillips, team captain, newly named. His leadership abilities have been prominent. Alexander fans on a shot. There's Trevor Merchant trying to sauce his way through the neutral zone. A little bit of jam on the biscuit there for Hunter Phillips with a quick shot, and it's gloved down by Joey Hall.
Joey Hall with fantastic presence of mind here, doing a wonderful job at just batting that one down. Not much more you can ask from him today. Letting up 0 goals, you know that's what he wants to see in the third period as well.
8:39 left to go here with about 46 seconds left on Alex Vedetta's penalty. State has killed off all of their penalties tonight. We'll be seeing if that changes at any time, but thus far, State's penalty kill has been one of the better penalty kills that we've seen so far this season.
Yes.
Now a shot from the point. Sit down in front. Joey Hall standing tall. Well, sitting down, standing tall. Turns in front of the net, then mashing it in.
Looks like they're going to wave it off.
You were talking a little bit earlier about a mosh pit, Logan. Is this what you meant?
Absolutely. This might be one of the best examples we've seen out here tonight.
And in fitting fashion, they do play some rock music as well. So adding the ambiance to the experience right there. A lot of people out in front. Joey Hall shakes it off in his skates. Jonathan Backus, Michael Benedetti. Seems like that first unit is out there for the Wilmington Seahawks. Cesaric, Todd, O'Rourke, and Alfonzetti align this penalty kill unit for the Pack. There's Joey Alexander. Alexander with a quick chip pass. Joey Alexander will not make the pinch play to get the puck to keep it in the zone. And there's Todd. Todd remains onside. Eric Todd through the middle with a quick shot blocked. And there's Backus. Backus leads a charge 3-on-2 if they hurry. Making his way through the middle to the Backus. Backus with the shot. What a save! Joey Hall with some absolute cherry picking like it's summertime. Unbelievable save through the middle. Now back, there's Miles Ferrone to the middle. Amazing play right there by Eric Todd to force something to happen at the top of the blue line. Couldn't quite get it out, and the puck stays in the Wilmington end. And there's Backus once again. Backus bodies down a man. Backus really put the back into that one. And now there's Laith Jadala. Cesaric will now push it through. Jadala now with great speed down the middle. Jadala will now work it through the side. Jadala, of course, is one of the team's leading scorers this year. Chip shot out in front. Beesemer really doing a great job of hanging on to that one.
Now, and we saw Jadala has had a fantastic season here so far. Believe one of the few players on this Ice Pack team that has had a hat trick here so far, as he did a wonderful job that night getting the hat trick. Again, one of those leaders that we have on this team, one of the more veteran players as well.
Laith Jadala, of course, having a fantastic season thus far, potting 7 goals and 5 assists, 12 points in 6 games played, of course not including tonight. Has not registered anything tonight as well. He's not seen any penalty time so far. Anistertov to the front. Mazakowski tried to bat that one in, just like it's baseball season. Red Sox going to the World Series. Got a little bit tripped up on my championship names there. Now carrying it through the middle, Mazakowski will stand back, the great All-American hitter. There's Banashevitz. Banashevitz to Mazakowski through the slot. Chip just high, body down. There's Jadala with a quick shot. Not called in a high-sticking play. Mazakowski with a quick chance from the top of the hash marks and a huge save. There's Banashevitz on the far side of the faceoff dot, and Jadala now behind the cage. Anistrov lurking at the doorstep. There's Jadala. Jadala with a beautiful drop pass. He's tried that one tonight. And the puck is now lost back in the Wilmington end. Puck is chipped just towards the NC State boards. And the play is now called offside with 6:30 left to go in the second period.
Very physical possession down there. Saw a lot of checks and some very physical ones. Wilmington really looking for any opportunity that they can have to really just lay one of the Ice Pack members out. And the Ice Pack, in turn, looking to body up any Seahawk that gets too close to them.
Robinson, Kinney, Johnson, a line that we have seen a lot so far in this game. Ellis, I'll kill you, Rushford. Now working it through the middle, there's Cam Mazakowski. Rushford pinning down a man. That might have been a holding call. Refs will not be calling it. Rushford just acts like nothing happened, as he should be as the play goes on. Johnson in a battle all the way in the corner with Gregory Wickland. Wickland coming from Cary as well. Long way to Wilmington, of course.
Yes. Rushford, one of those players that, quite honestly, reminds me a little bit of the enforcers of old. Physical in every regard and looking to make something happen out here.
Most of these Wilmington players, I'm sure, will agree. They love to play the coolest game in the world, but they love the beach.
Oh, absolutely. Have to when you're out there.
Mazakowski again with the joystick move. I got to ask him after this game if he likes to play video games and such like that. Amazing juking through the defensive end at the faceoff dot. Now carried through the middle. There's Cristicello. Hailing from Raleigh. Good player in that aspect. There's Mazakowski mushing through the middle.
He's had that one poked away.
Now back into front. Joey Alexander with a quick shot just wide. Robinson trying to collect that one.
Looks like he had an opportunity there. He just hit it right off the post.
Now through the middle. Shot the puck. It actually went off of the skate of, I believe that was Will Took out in front. Will Took still looking for his second of the year thus far.
Ice Pack defense looked a little porous there. Almost lit one through, but Joey Hall just did a fantastic job with the wherewithal to make sure that nothing happened.
Jonathan Backus, of course, has been the player to watch for Wilmington so far. But another player, of course, that we can't stop talking enough about is Ryan Biesemer. He stood the test of time, Cameron. What have you seen from Biesemer so far?
So far, he's kept all other shots. I can't talk. The speech class, we need it. He's kept all the other shots out of the goal, and so far, Wilmington seems to have picked up on their defense.
There's Johnson through the legs, right down in the corner, right behind the net. Robinson trails behind to try to put his stick in the middle of the action. There's Johnson. Robinson, rather, circling the wagons. Robinson looking for a man. He has Hudson. It looks like Rushford and Merchant as options. Chooses Rushford with a clap bomb out in front, collected back out. There go the Seahawks. Joey Alexander chips it back out. Joey Alexander stands tall at 5'10". Playing a little bit of a grinding game. If you watch hockey, skates a little bit like a Patrick Kane. Very technical terms, of course, as he heads off. 2-0 with 3:58 left to go. It's almost the third period. Around this point of the game, it seems like the game has shifted a lot towards State, Logan.
Absolutely. No, they've proven that they are really the more physical team out here, as this has truly been a test of both teams' physicality, with both teams checking each other quite a bit out here. But the Ice Pack have just taken advantage of the opportunities that they've gotten. And although Bessemer has played a fantastic game for the Seahawks, really, if the offense is just clicking, there's not much you can do.
It is almost 10:30 on this late Friday night. We really want to thank you for watching this game, supporting the guys in red and white, and of course supporting us broadcasters here at PackTV. We couldn't be doing this without you viewers, so a huge kudos to you for tuning into this one. I know that my voice sometimes gets a little bit unbearable, but trust me, it means a lot to all of us. There's Parker Cesarek through the middle of the neutral zone. Davis Hudson will now carry it through. Cesarek now back in his own end. Won the fastest skater competition just a few short weeks ago at the ACCHL tournament. Stephen Russell tournament, rather. Skills competition. Getting my championships mixed up once again. Alfonzetti pins a man in the far corner alongside the Wilmington end. Sticks hacking and whacking through the middle. Chip play, Hudson at the point. His partner in Devin Halka will send it all the way back. Lineups have changed just a bit I don't believe Halko was on the line with Hudson to begin with, but Halko as well has a goal and 2 assists this year, and Davis Hudson has a goal and 3 assists. So maybe that line was formed together there, Logan, to actually try to spark some more offensive production alongside their shutdown defense.
Yes, absolutely. Having all those players, again, the versatility that you can count on between all of these different lines.
Vedetta with a quick shot, looking for his first, can't get it past Biesemer. Vedetta thrown down like the WWE. Looks like Benedetti really had him dead to rights there. Vedetta just being thrown all over the ice tonight. A common target for the Seahawks as the Brass Bonanza now plays in the Iceplex here. Some interesting folklore about that. That was the goal song for the Hartford Whalers shortly before they relocated to the Carolinas. And of course, with Wade Minter partially controlling some of the music being played, I know for a fact he loves that song, so it's good for him to hear that one. Eric Todd will lose the draw on that one. Face-off is another area that we will need to talk about going into the second period intermission here. Alex Vedetta will still be looking to make something happen. Chip through the middle. Now carrying it through was Nicholas Cristicello. There's Eric Todd. Eric Todd will now try to make something happen. There's O'Rourke. O'Rourke will now fly it up to Costigan. Costigan now spears it through to the neutral zone. There's Vedetta. Vedetta with a quick wrister decides to throw down a man in Benedetti instead of searching for the puck. Biesemer loses the puck side of it. Vedetta through the slot, can't get the shot off, and there's Costigan. Costigan back up to the point, no Rourke. Vedetta now back in the corner. There was Costigan. Eric Mura now with a quick shot out in front. Vedetta shakes his head in frustration. He couldn't get the tip on that play. Now Todd back on the ground. Vedetta behind the net. There's Benedetti. 4-4. Benedetti to Mura. Mura will miss that one. Mura still looking for his first of the season. There's O'Rourke. O'Rourke now will throw it to Jadala. Laith Jadala now through the middle with great speed. Jadala over to Banashevitz, can't find anything. Mura with a quick shot blocked out in front. Jadala now again with the between the legs pass tipped out in front. Banashevitz still looking for another goal so far, his 7th of the year. Jadala decides to make room for Banashevitz, finds O'Rourke. O'Rourke misses that one just in the middle of the slot, and Eric Mura will need to settle it down after that one.
Jadala has had some incredible passes here tonight. Just behind his back, between the legs, really trying to make things happen for his teammates here.
There's Laith Jadala. Jadala now chips it alongside the boards into the corner against Michael Benedetti. Benedetti has been used a lot by head coach Matt Hustis tonight. Rushford with the bomb. Puck was lost in traffic. There's Sam Banashevitz. Laith Jadala now. Laith Jadala will now try to find Alice Rushford. They're still in the corner battling for it. Decides to take it out to the middle with a quick shot. Bessemer got a blocker to it. Now there's Banashevitz once again. Laith Jadala will chase that one down. There's Rushford. Mazakowski. Mazakowski can't float it. Banashevitz to the middle with a quick shot just wide. Took back out in front. Anistertov there to collect it. Alice Rushford will bat that down. Will not be called on a high stick. Will there be a delayed call there? I see the assistant coach for the Wilmington Seahawks motioning for somebody to come off. Not exactly sure where that was. Banashevitz with a strong forecheck back out, trying to make something happen. Puck gets lost in his skates. And now the play settles down with 5 seconds left to go. No icing on that one. Hall touched it.
Just going to let the clock run out here.
Another intense period. Definitely was slow in the beginning, just like we saw. But then we had 2 very quick goals by both Trevor Merchant as well as Riley Johnson. These are 2 goals that we'll talk about in the second intermission a little bit more, of course, with assistant coach Tim Healy, who will be joining us. But just some quick thoughts on the period thus far. We'll start off with Cameron. How did UNCW look in that period compared to the first?
UNCW, they seemed to pick it up from the first period in the beginning of this period, but towards the end, it feels like State totally dominated. I mean, State seemed to dominate throughout the entire period, but Wilmington did seem to pick up a little bit more of their defense for this period.
Defensive pressure was, of course, very important. The puck didn't seem to get to Joey Hall that much there, Logan.
No, the defense was rather impressive. Again, the tandem defense of Ellis Rushford and Cam Mazakowski just doing a wonderful job tonight protecting this, and both of them doing, for the most part, a good job of staying out of the penalty box. which is almost uncharacteristic at this point for the two of them. But again, State just looking like the more physical and better team right now.
As we await the arrival of his assistant coach, Tim Healy, we're going to take a quick break right here on PackTV. Heading into the second intermission, we'll be right back.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
Welcome back to PackTV. This is Logan Ward here with assistant coach Tim Healy. Coach, at what point do you really start thinking about the shutout, if you do at all?
It's like a no-hitter in baseball. You don't mention it. I'm not going to say that word right now. But what I do want to keep thinking about is a good D zone. We're doing a good job of controlling in front of the net. We're doing a good job of staying out of the box. Those are the things that keep the other team off the board.
Absolutely. And going along with that, the defense has looked strong. What have you liked out of the team so far?
You can look at the scoreboard and say it's only 2-0, but we're a little bit of a snake bit tonight with the post, but we keep going. We're not getting down. We keep going at it. Again, I like how disciplined we've been. We've stayed out of the box. We forechecked well. I think we do need to get a little bit more traffic in front of the net on some of these rebounds. But overall, we're playing a pretty solid game tonight, and you got to give credit to Wilmington. They always come to play when it's us.
Absolutely. And up 2-0, what are some keys to maintain this lead going into the third period that you want to see?
Well, I think you always want to make them go the length of the ice to score. So keeping it down in their end, making them work harder for their goal than they want to. So that means forechecking hard. That means thinking about your chances when you're going to the point and not doing the point, making smart plays there. And running a clean, crisp breakout, taking the simple play out of the zone instead of maybe looking for the home run pass, which, we have a lot of skill guys, so we do look to do it. And look, if I had I'm an old goalie. I don't have the mitts some of those guys had, so I get why they look for it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Healy. We'll be right back after this.
Go Pack.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, hi. suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
IcePack fans are crowding the Iceplex lobby here as NC State takes on the UNC-W Seahawks. Zach Sawai, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman here to stay for tonight's broadcast. It's a late night once again. Want to thank you, of course, for watching us in this very late night, but we're going to get straight to it here. There's no beating around the bush. State is dominant. They're dominating in every aspect of the game on the scoreboard, special teams, and of course, physicality. Now, Logan, quickly talking about State, the biggest thing is the fact that they are a physical team. They have the big body center and Nikita Anichitov, all the way down to their third line, Trevor Merchant, even down to their fourth line. Alex Vedetta has been getting into some pretty chirpy action ice. What have you seen from the physicality tonight, and do you think that carries over into Richmond?
I think the physicality is always present. We've seen it all season long so far. In all 6 wins, they've been the more physical team at the end of the game. And it also comes down to consistency throughout the entire game, because they're physical the entire way through. Saw Wilmington come out with some quick little hits at the beginning, but the Ice Pack have matched it as the game's gone on.
Energy is crucial as well, carrying this forward. It's the third period here. No time to take the foot off the gas. State has historically done a little bit weaker in the third periods compared to last year. State was a team that did not start off well but finished well. And now, as we saw against the game against James Madison, they took their foot off the gas a little bit and bad things happened. Of course, now Joey Hall has been playing outstanding tonight, has been tested a lot. But in terms of being tested, if Ice Pack let their foot off the gas, does Joey Hall stand tall or take a little bit of a step back?
I think it really just depends. We'll see what happens going forward. But he could really do either at this point. He has done a wonderful job out here tonight for the Ice Pack and has been one of the key players that we've seen here tonight. If he stands as tall as he has so far, there's no way that Wilmington makes it out of this with a win.
Now, of course, State's defense has done an outstanding job, especially in the neutral zone, setting up a trap. For fans who might not know what a trap is, it's essentially what you saw Trevor Merchant do a few times in the neutral zone, position himself well enough in certain areas to grab the puck away, like a breakout pass, setting a puck all the way down to the other end, or simply just taking away an opportunity to make some sort of physical play happen. Now, Cameron, in terms of Wilmington's shots, you've seen a little bit of their shot opportunities, their creation so far. What do you think they need to do in this third period? On the scoreboard so far, it is 2-0. They need 2 goals. They have the firepower in Joey Alexander and Jonathan Backus. What's the secret? What do they need to do in terms of shots?
Well, I think what they really need to do is actually pick up on their defense, because their defense seems to be what's lacking. They seem to be getting those shots on goal when they can, but their defense seems to just letting State push right past them. And so far, State is obviously dominating, but other than that, I feel like they need to keep passing to each other and getting it on that side so that they can make those shots and make those goals.
Standout defenseman Michael Benedetti on that first defensive unit for head coach Matt Hustis has been extremely crucial in tonight's play as well, not allowing State to do a lot in terms of getting towards the net, but when he's off the ice, it's quite apparent, and it's something that the Pack will need to be watching out for going forward here. We're going to take a quick break, be back here for Puck Drop for the third and final period of tonight's match right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Friday night, the NC State Fair draws to a close here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and what better way to celebrate the end of an amazing North Carolinian event by coming to an ice pack game. Zach Sawai with Logan Ward and Cameron Thoman here to bringing you tonight's broadcast. I think the biggest thing about the fair is, and correct me if I'm wrong, compare it to coming to an ice pack game, and more importantly, compare it to coming to the backyard brawl.
Yes.
At the fair, you're waiting in tons of lines for maybe maybe an hour of enjoyment combined. You're waiting in all the lines for those rides, buying expensive food, which you can easily make at a discounted price at home, as well as going on all those rides that in reality you're only going to experience for 5 minutes. While you get to come to an NC State Ice Pack game, the backyard brawl, to see physicality, to watch excitement, to feel excitement, and you're guaranteed a seat in the PNC Arena. Now, between those two choices, I think it's pretty obvious the winner.
Well, presenting the evidence like that, who's not going to choose the backyard brawl right there? Again, though, just a fantastic event all around. We have a huge turnout of fans to the Iceplex here. Now, imagine that in the PNC Arena environment, it's going to be an absolutely wonderful game out there on Monday night.
Players are turning to the ice here quickly. We hope you as well tuned into some of our other original programming here on PackTV. Leah Bruce and Jasmine McCoy recently traveled to the NC State Fair to film some special events, talking with some local Carolinians, some possible Tar Heel fans, which can't be too ecstatic about those interviews. But for the most part, it was an exciting opportunity to get more involved with the Raleigh community. Tonight as well, Ian Hutchison has served as backup to Joey Hall. Josh Cannon as well as Jess Hart have served as the healthy scratches. Talked to them both before the game. They seem to be in good spirits. Snacking, of course, on some good food. I didn't see what the food was, but they seem to be very happy and in good spirits about it. So.
Absolutely. They've got nothing to be mad about. They did fantastic in the games that they played in so far, as have all the goalies, really.
But more importantly, who do you see getting the start tomorrow against Richmond? It is a road game, and in terms of that as well, it's a non-conference game. Who do you see?
I'm not really sure who I see, honestly. I could see any of the other goalies making a start here. Joey Hall might need a little bit of a rest after doing a fantastic job here tonight. You might want to rest him so he's got fresh legs for those conference games that you really care about in terms of points. If he puts out as good a showing as he's shown here going into the third period. But honestly, I could see Hutchison, I could see Tart, I could see even Cannon getting the start. It really just depends on what they're feeling that day.
Of course, that decision will be made by goaltending coach Alex Rossetto. Coach Gazzillo just oversees the entire operation. Of course, Coach Gazzillo is the man behind the big, bright, and bushy mustache. If you ask him if he's participating in Movember, most likely he will be saying no. He's not going to shave that thing off. That is for certain, as the puck is trapped well in the middle of the neutral zone. Carrying it was Hunter Phillips. Now back to the middle, there goes Wicklund. Wicklund will now chip it in. Jacob Bowers now. Looks like that's the second line for the Wilmington Seahawks, and maybe the first. But then again, both of these teams, once again, do not practice the same sort of skill on each line unit, but rather what just gels the best. Sam Banashevitz broke up a pass right there to Jacob Bowers. Puck is sent flying back out. Lace Jadala now back on the forecheck. Nikita Anistertov now working it through the middle. Anistertov now can't quite get that one. There's Lace Jadala. Jadala through the middle, now working it through the zone. Jadala again with the quick, silky moves. There's Mira. Now sending it back. There goes Backus. Backus now to the middle, to the front. Just wide of Joey Hall. Almost went in right there.
Backus did a fantastic job getting out in front right there.
Backus still hanging on to a really strong power moves being led forward. There's Backus once again in a corner battle. I believe that's Anistertov. They're the same exact size. That's very interesting in that aspect.
Yes, absolutely.
There's Banashevitz. Sam Banashevitz trying to make it past the Lace Jadala with a quick zone entry, but can't quite get it there. Puck is chipped back in slowly by Will Took, eliminating the icing call. Robinson. Looks like that is Kinney and Johnson begin a quick wheel breakout play. Now circling around the boards, has options at both wings. See what he chooses to do, and he decides to go to the zone entry himself into the far corner. Robinson will now do a strong battle alongside the boards. Carrying it now, looks like that's one of the Wilmington players. Devin Halco now in a foot race with Tanner Broadwell. Yakovone leads a charge with that Wilmington third unit. There's Kinney. Kinney with a quick chip shot off the blocker of Bessemer, and he sends it out of play.
Bessemer just did a fantastic job just knocking that one away. His presence in the net has been a deterrent all night long. Those two goals really not on him. It's one of those things when you keep chipping away at something, eventually you're going to break through, and that's what the Ice Pack has done tonight, having plenty of shots on goal to show for it.
17:45 left to go here in the third period. Have you seen a quicker jump from Wilmington so far, or do you think they're still trying to get their legs under them?
I still feel like they're trying to get their legs under them, but it does seem like they're picking it up a little bit.
Good speed, good energy through the neutral zone so far for State. Great zone entries, winning faceoffs. They're not only scoring, but they're doing everything right. And that's not something we've seen a lot. They've been working through the whole year. There's been a lot of games where there has been some facets of the game being completed and not others not as well. But tonight, everything seems to be clicking as Devin Halko will now send it forward. There's Cesarek at the far side. Cesarek will try to find a man through the middle. Looks like Hudson almost had a chance there. Trevor Merchant still lurking out in front. Alfanzetti in a mosh pit battle out in front. Puck is still loose. Ref blew the whistle prematurely. Players considerably frustrated, saying words that, of course, we cannot repeat here on PackTV. I don't want to get fired.
Definitely, you hear the displeasure from the fans as well, banging on the glass, letting it be known that they do not approve of that call.
Still icing a unit. That second line now out for State. Cesarek, Alfanzetti, Merchant. Looks like that's going to be against the fourth unit, or the first unit, for the Wilmington Seahawks with Will Took. I believe that's Hunter Phillips alongside Tim Wicklund. Merchant now tries to make it through, broken up well by Hunter Phillips. Now carried back out, there's Wicklund. Wicklund will now lose that one as Halko and Hudson settle it down. Shutdown unit now trying to turn offensive as the pair has now combined to be together. Broken up in the middle strongly by Jacob Bowers. Bowers loses it to the speediest skater in the ACCHL in Parker Cesarek. Cesarek now working around the man. The ref needs to get out of the way. There's Cesarek behind the boards. Trevor Merchant now coming back in for the check. There's Devin Halko. Halko will now lose it, can't keep it in the zone. And the puck stops. Or keeps going, rather.
Ice Pack have slowed it down a little bit here. The aggressiveness definitely still showing up, but Joey Hall, again, out of the net a little bit too far. High risk, high reward play is what you'll get from him.
Joey Alexander with a strong back pass to Tyler Feast. They're trying to start another breakout play, but State's doing such a strong job in the neutral zone, it's almost impossible. Alfanzetti really keeping his man strong at their defensive blue line. Alfanzetti will now lose that battle. Fighting his way in was one of the Wilmington players, number 5. There's Alfanzetti. Alfanzetti through the middle, tries to make a pass over to Halko. He had options, couldn't quite decide on one. Now back, Alfanzetti just picks that one up.
And again, we're seeing this physicality in the first 2 periods continue here. Very physical play out of this Wilmington defense.
Looks like a shortage. Vedetta seems to be a little bit on the aggressive side. I'm not sure if he'll be heading off once again, but it looks like they're ushering off Halko. It will be Halko. 2 minutes, and they're going to call it on a cross-checking call. Costly penalty. That was a huge, tiring shift there for the Pack. And, of course, fatigue leads to costly penalties.
Absolutely, and we've seen this quite a bit. Just some of the time when they have the prime opportunity to make something happen down there on the offensive side, costly penalty, excuse me, will give up what was a great opportunity.
Devin Halko in the box for 2 minutes for a cross-checking call. Joey Hall with that premium communication there to Eric Todd, trying to set up something there. Joey Hall will now hang on to that one early. The Pack have done a good job in the penalty kill tonight, not exactly in the past.
No, they haven't done a great job at the very beginning of the season. They struggled with that heavily against George Washington, even against James Madison a little bit, although they did wind up dominating that game at the end. But in their most recent showings, we've definitely seen a rejuvenated Ice Pack out here, and they've been winning a lot of these special teams battles out here tonight.
With a week off and a lot of time to rest, we came to practice the other night. The guys always seem to be in good spirits, whether it be a win or a loss, and that's special. Mazikowski leads a rush with Cesarek. Cesarek can't quite find the man, and now pushing it into the corner. There goes Will Took. Will Took now over to Joey Alexander. Got back at the point. There's Todd with the slap pass to Cesarek. Cesarek at the far hash marks. Not going to call anything on that play.
One difference between Bessemer and Hall that I've noticed here tonight. Bessemer very reluctant to come out of the crease. Joey Hall being more of the aggressive type of goalie, while we have Bessemer really just content to let things come to him and react more than Joey.
Yeah, Joey seems to come out of the crease a little more than I would be comfortable with, but it seems to be working for him. I mean, Bessemer and Hall seem to have very different styles, but clearly Hall seems to have the superior one, at least for this game.
Looks like the Seahawks will be utilizing their one timeout for this game. Tim Healy comes together to rally the boys in red and white. Matt Hustis for the guys comes back out to try to settle down. the Wilmington players trying to get some decent strategies going on here. For the most part, they just want to make sure this power play just gets something going here. They haven't been able to get much of anything.
No, they haven't been able to convert on any of their power plays here tonight. The penalty kill, penalty kill for the Ice Pack has been quite effective for them.
Logan, don't worry. I'll pay your ticket for the speech class. It's not a problem there. Now, as Bessemer returns to the cage, Alfanzetti, Merchant, Mazakowski, and Rushford will now ice the Ice Pack first-line PK unit. And now back on for the Seahawks on the power play, back in their own end. Looks like it's going to be Jonathan Backus, flanked well by Hunter Phillips, who's taken the face-off team captain, alongside Will Took. On defense, there's the ever-so-mentioned Michael Benedetti. Alongside him, of course, Joey Alexander. They got Alexander on defense, employing their one defenseman unit on the power play. They got 4 forwards on this one. A little bit dangerous in terms of if the Ice Pack have an offensive penalty kill, which they do, icing one of their faster, more grittier skaters in Alfanzetti and Trevor Merchant. Strong defense in Rushford and Mazakowski. Backus now behind the cage. Now there goes Benedetti with a quick shot blocker save by Joey Hall. And there's a breakout. Mazakowski springs Trevor Merchant. Trevor Merchant now will try to make something happen. Can't quite do it. Great interception there by Will Took. Will Took with good speed. A good zone entry now through the middle. Tried to make an interesting saucy play. Puck is squittered back out into the neutral zone. And now held back at the hash marks. Now with great speed. Looks like it's going to be a solo wax for Hunter Phillips. Phillips with a shot just wide. A little bit of a dump and chase play. There's Benedetti into the corner. Now back in the corner. Backus and Mura just standing there. Huge backhand shot. No luck on that one. Banashevitz tried to get a breakout off of that play. Penalties over. Jadala came on for Devin Halko. There's Benedetti with a quick shot. Body down by Mura. 4-on-4 action. Literally the numbers. Joey Hall swallows it whole with, I believe that's 13:39 left to go. Some of the numbers are broken on our scoreboard.
Yes. And again, the physicality continuing into this third period, and I expect to see for the entire rest of this game, see body checks happening all over, and both teams content to let their physicality speak for itself.
As always, if you are not watching the game or have poor access to some of our live streams, be sure to tune into Twitter and follow @IcePackGameDay for all live tweets related to the game. Huge help to us, our PackTV, have been able to see some of the plays that we've been missing. We have strong communication with them as well, so we extend huge gratification towards them. There's Sam Banashevitz with a power move. Sam Banashevitz, and he scores! Sam Banashevitz puts a little bit of jam on his biscuits. 3-0 Ice Pack.
Sam Banashevitz did a fantastic job getting in front of the net there, really just making things happen all by himself. You really can't ask for more out of your veteran captain.
What an amazing shot there by Sam Banashevitz with a power move from the outside into the inside. Beats Ryan Bessemer. You can't ask for much more. 7th of the year for Banashevitz. Firing on all cylinders, Logan. Talk about horsepower.
Just an incredible play right there. Again, just knifed through the defense. There wasn't much that they could really do to stop him. He just enforced his will, getting in there and getting the score.
Great goal, but almost an even better celebration there by Banashevitz, pulling out sort of a Tarzan move right there. And there's Banashevitz once again. Will he be able to do it again? Breaks free of a man. Banashevitz finds Jadala with a tip shot just high. Jadala can't pot his 8th of the year. There's Banashevitz. Banashevitz now finding a man. There's Ian O'Rourke. Ian O'Rourke with Eric Mura on this top defensive unit. There's Jadala. Jadala with a quick shot over the pads of Ryan Biesemer. There's Banashevitz. Banashevitz still looking for it. Now over to O'Rourke. O'Rourke still looking for a quick lane. Can't quite find it. There's Eric Mura. Mura in the corner surveying his options.
Oh, and O'Rourke with the shot there. Definitely.
Mura with a quick shot. Body down on Eastertop. Couldn't get the rebound. And they score! Sam Banashevitz once again. Can he be stopped? Probably not. 4-0 Ice Pack.
No, he's just been incredible here. Has gone on a tear in these past couple minutes. Really a rough time for the Seahawks. Not much that they can really do in this situation.
Again, amazing play by Banashevitz, but
Give credit to Nikita Anistertov in that play for actually crashing the net and letting Banashevitz tip that one in.
Absolutely. No, really just a team effort there, getting the goal as they go up 4-0 here.
I'm not going to lie. Anistertov is celebrating like it's his. Coach is giving stick taps, well, hand taps. The coaches don't have sticks. I mean, maybe, but they don't have them on the bench right now.
Be a very different game if they did.
Famously, though, coaches don't play. That's what makes them so premium. And through the wickets of Joey Hall. Amazing chance for Wilmington, probably their best of the game. Still scoreless, 4-0 Pack. Joey Hall may see his first shutout. Didn't have one last season. Of course, we can't, as Tim Healy says, we can't quite talk about that, the cursed word. Think about Lord Voldemort, he who must not be named. In this case, it is, well, I can't say it because, you know, it's he who must not be named. Now at the point, there's Davis Hudson, still trying to find something happen. There's Ryan Kinney in the corner. Ryan Kinney gets tripped up, no call on that one. Refs were looking right at it. Miles Ferrone trailing behind him is Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson surveying his options, one of the better skaters for the Ice Pack. Has a goal tonight. Now pushing forward is Will Took, but the play is called on a hand pass.
Now, and Robinson, very physical down there. He and a Seahawk having words on the defensive end. Definitely the chippiness has upped a little bit here, I feel, since Bessemer lit those 2 rapid goals in there.
State seems to have picked it up a lot this period, and while Wilmington seems to have lost a little bit of their adrenaline, State has really picked up the aggression and been able to get those goals.
What's going to be interesting to watch here, Logan, is if they opt for a running clock after the 10-minute mark.
Yes.
They're still waiting for that one, but we'll see what's going to happen. Looks like a Wilmington player will be heading off. Heading in the box, that is Daniel Breshka.
That's going to be his second one of the game as well. Second time finding himself for 2 minutes in the box for a total of 4 here tonight.
Pack 1 for 2 on the power play thus far. Looking to make it 2 for 3. It's going to be a great chance to make something happen. We're going to see what they can do. They've been firing in all cylinders tonight. See if they can crash the net as one of the most important aspects of this Ice Pack unit.
That's part of their identity. They crash the net to get those goal opportunities, and it's something that they've done a fantastic job of in these past couple minutes, as we saw with those 2 very quick goals here.
Alfonzetti, Mazakowski, Merchant, Cesarek, and Rushford now line up this power play unit for the Pack. On defense, it seems like it's going to be Hunter Phillips alongside Jacob Bowers. On defense, it looks like we have a lineup of Tyler Feast. I believe that's Michael Benedetti. Benedetti we've seen a lot on the ice tonight. Seems to be one of the team's better defenders, but hasn't had a lot of rest tonight. Has been on the ice quite a bit. There's Cesarek. Cesarek up to the top for Rushford. Mazakowski all the way over to Cesarek looking for a tic-tac-toe play. There's Rushford. Rushford over to Mazakowski. Mazakowski now tries to find Alfonzetti. Alfonzetti at the hash marks. Mazakowski over to Rushford. Over to Rushford now. Alfonzetti. Alfonzetti with a quick shot and a huge save by Ryan Bessemer, and he can't find it.
Looks like he lost that one in the interior of his glove there. You know it's a really good save when you get it inside your own equipment.
At least his equipment will be bringing home a souvenir tonight. Just coming home here with a few pens and a few pieces of paper. There's Mazakowski with a quick bomb just wide. Trevor Merchant tries to find it, but Benedetti will not get the clear. Mazakowski held it in. There's Alfonzetti at the high slot. Over to Rushford. Rushford tries to find a man in Cesarek. Cesarek can't quite get the shot. Sent all the way down to Joey Hall. And now he will leave it for Mazakowski. Forecheck well by Joey Alexander.
Joey Hall again coming way out of the net there, trying to make things happen.
There's Parker Cesarek. Cesarek now through the zone, really pushing forward. Cesarek now tripped up. Surprisingly, no call on that one, but no one seems to be upset about it. Mazakowski over to Rushford. Rushford with a bomb just wide. Alfonzetti with a quick shot just wide once again. Rushford will now handle it.
Ice Packer not letting up here.
There's Alfonzetti to the front of the net. Quick shot just wide. Mazakowski still trying to look for it.
And you hear the force behind these shots that the Ice Pack are putting out.
Tyler Alfonsetti. Alfonsetti looking to make some fresh angel hair pasta. Alfonsetti to the back. There's Mazakowski with a ripper and a shot. Huge pad save by Bessemer as he dropped to his butterfly. Puck is now sent out of play. Deflected. No delay of game on that one. 7 seconds left to go. Seems as if the Pack will go 1 for 3 on the power play.
Yeah, despite that, they've done a fantastic job. Again, being up 4-0, they've only needed the power play for one of those here tonight. Can't ask for more out of your offense, really. They've done a fantastic job and came out guns blazing here in the third period.
An interesting lineup now sending Matt Costigan on the power play. Seems as if Coach Gazilla was preparing for the power play to end, so he sends out one of his more trustworthy sort of settle-it-down lines. And there's Eric Mura. Eric Mura now to Alex Vedetta. Vedetta now with a spring pass to Costigan. Costigan wheels it through. Body down by Michael Benedetti. Some words will be exchanged. Costigan seems to be okay. Had the wind taken out of him. He'll head off for some repairs. Now Benedetti with a shot patted down by Joey Hall.
Joey Hall just doing the best he can with that presence in there. Did a fantastic job in not letting anything happen.
Banashevitz now on for that fourth line for the Pack. Eric Todd on that unit as well. Eric Todd and Banashevitz are not unfamiliar. Played on a line for the majority of last year. Will Bieberdorf played on the first line for a lot of Banashevitz's career. Bieberdorf coming back from injury played on the second line for the Pack. Eric Todd's got to protect his teeth, lost his mouth guard. There's, Rourke. O'Rourke tried to find Vedetta crashing the net, still couldn't get it. Now crashing forward. There's Anistertov. Anistertov in the boards. Anistertov gets slipped up a little bit. And the puck is cleared back out.
Physicality has definitely held still. Can't say enough. The chippiness that you can really tell is out there on the ice right now. Players, no love lost between these two teams. Saw Bessemer get frustrated down there with the referee. Felt like that second goal really shouldn't have had anything happen.
There's Anistertov losing the draw, just shot out wide. Joey Hall couldn't see it through that rush hour I-40 traffic, as North Carolinians know for sure. Back out in front, in the middle of the crease. Can't quite get it. O'Rourke now springs Banashevitz. Banashevitz, there he goes. Will he get it? Sam Banashevitz, he scores! Did me an axe of grease and call me slick. What a goal by Sam Banashevitz. And it's a hat trick.
It appears to be so. Those 3 goals all in the third period here. Absolutely incredible pickup from Sam Banashevitz here in this period.
5-0 now for the Pack. 7:47 left to go. This game, Logan, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but can we say this game is over just yet?
You can't say it just yet. Even though it's a 5-0 lead, we've seen crazier things happen. Still 7 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in this third period. Anything can really happen out here on the ice.
There's Leith Jajala now working through the middle of the zone. Handled well by number 5 from the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks. Banashevitz with 3 on the night. There it goes. Miles Ferrone with a quick shot. Anistertov still trying to find it. There's Devin Halko. Now just around the boards. Jadala still trying to find it in the corner. Halko now chips it off his skate. There's Anistertov. Anistertov trying to find a crashing Leith Jadala. Jadala still couldn't get anything right there. And Miles Ferrone will settle it down.
Wilmington's really got to pick it up if they want to catch up at all, but State just keeps dominating and keeps getting back down this side of the ice.
There's Banashevitz. Banashevitz to the front, defended well. Back checking there, done extraordinarily well by UNC-Wilmington. Banashevitz will try to get it. Puck goes out of play, and a fan gets a souvenir. Ref takes it back. Sort of like your mom taking away a toy you just picked up at Toys R Us.
That's the worst. Shout out to my mom.
Of course, things that we can all agree on. As well, I wanted to give a quick shout out to somebody that I met briefly before the game. A kid by the name of Kyle, I believe. He's somebody very special that I talked to before the game. Plays a lot of hockey, plays a lot of youth hockey as well. Wanted to give him a quick shout out. He's going to be a good kid going forward. Just wanted to say hi. If you're watching, if you're ever going to watch this, what's up? Now carried back to the middle. There's Michael Benedetti. Benedetti now back into the corner, still waiting for something to happen. Wrapped around, Joey Hall got a pad on it.
Looks like everybody lost that one down there.
There's Robinson. Robinson finds Johnson. Riley Johnson, will he get it? Riley Johnson off the side of the cage. Johnson still has a chance to make something happen. There's Benedetti. Benedetti now with a quick clear. There's Robinson. Robinson now with a battle with Johnson, his own man. Two stuck in the corner. There's Robinson. Robinson powers to the front. Robinson shoved off on the play, tripped up. No fighting going on so far, but the fans are in appeasement so far.
No, again, the physicality, you can't talk enough about it. You see how much it impacts this game. The hits really taking a toll on these players, and you have to wonder what the fatigue is going to be like going forward.
One thing for sure is the fatigue of the fans watching tonight. We hope you are tuning in and relaxing. This has been an intense game. It's late at night. It's Friday night, end of a long week. You would think you'd be relaxing, but no, you're watching a very intense hockey game, so kudos to you. There's Cam Mazikowski now back at the neutral zone. Now carried strongly through. There goes Will Took. Will Took on the year hasn't been terribly productive. So far, only having a goal on the season. Now, the stats that we have are only through 4 games. There's Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson tried to circle the wagons. Nobody there to puck it home. There's Mazikowski. There's Ryan Kinney. We got a fight going on. Well, fans getting rowdy. Delayed penalty call. Riley Johnson, again, expanding the English dictionary to words that I just can't say. It's perfectly okay, but it looks like it'll be matching minors. Yeah, it will be matching minors. Looks like I see going off Joey Alexander and Riley Johnson. 2 players that skate and play very similarly.
Yes. Just a little bit too physical there. Johnson with the retaliatory shove in the back.
Well, wanted to give a quick shout out, of course, to everybody making this game happen. Head coach Mike Gazzillo, assistant coaches Tim Healy and Alex Rossetto, alongside Matt Hustis and his assistant coach and Tony McCabe. Also, a big shout out to the PackTV broadcast crew who's here tonight, staying up into the late hours, making sure this game goes smoothly for all the state fans out there, trying to make sure their college hockey fantasy stats are up to date. Alongside that, Wade Minter, who is standing in the penalty box between the 2 players who are saying language that, well, cannot be allowed in a PG environment. Now carried back through. There's the Wilmington skater. Again, a lot of people going to making these games happen, so give kudos to whoever you see from the Ice Pack family. And now carried back through. There goes Will Took. Will Took looking for his 2nd of the year. Now batted through. There they go. Can't quite get it. Mazikowski bodies down a man. Eric Todd trying to make something happen. Hopping over a player. Talk about a jungle gym. Now carried through the neutral zone. Ellis Rushford whacks down a man. And now carry back on defense at Christopher Schwartz. Schwartz will now throttle it ahead. That's Hunter Phillips. Now Mazikowski. Mazikowski hooked. And the refs will call that one. We'll see 4-on-3 action in just a little bit. Both of the refs' arms went up on that one. There's Rushford. Rushford will try to send it over. There's Mazikowski. Mazikowski with a bomb. With a quick shot. Save off a shot by Jadal with the rebound. He scores! But the play stopped. They won't count it.
An incredible play there from the Ice Pack. Taken away too soon by these referees. Not much you can really do there. They did everything perfectly, but looks like the referees are going to call it there.
Lace Jala almost had, I believe, his 7th of the year. He's been really searching for some goals. Sam Benishevitz, knowing his personality, would probably love to give up some of his. I talked to him a lot during the offseason, and he's told me consistently that he doesn't care about his All-Star nomination. He's told me himself that it's cool, but he doesn't want the All-Star. He wants to win the ACCHL tournament with a quick arm. He scores! Laith Jadala. Is there none better? Probably not. 6-0 Ice Pack.
Jadala just getting another power play goal there for the Ice Pack. Incredible job here tonight from the entire offense. You can't ask for much more. They've just done everything correctly.
Laith Jadala, I believe Eric Todd won the draw on that faceoff, so it's safe to say the assist will go to him. Eric Todd, as we've talked about before, was the first-line center last year. Not terribly productive, but going into this year, he has seen vast improvements in playing his overall game. Seemed a little bit out of place on that line with Banashevitz and Jimenez, but has found his niche with the team. 6-0 left to go. 4:18 left to go in the period. Matching penalties for Johnson and Joey Alexander are still waiting. Count that as a power play goal as well. It was a 4-on-3 for just a little bit. That'll be the Ice Pack going now 2 for 4.
Yes.
50%. Special teams are doing outstanding. Sam Banashevitz, of course, playing the lawyer of the situation, speaking on behalf of his team. But to quickly talk about the road ahead for UNC-Wilmington, of course, doesn't get any easier. Facing off against Carolina Division opponents. And if tonight's performance means anything here, Cameron, what's going to be the biggest keys for them going forward? Do they need to shake this one off? Do they need to look back at what they did? Or do they just really need to go into the next game and think this is a brand new game, not even think about the last one?
Going forward, I think they definitely need to reflect on this game and how they need to pick up on both their defensive and offensive. Speech class again. I'm looking for the right words. Both of those skills so that they can overall get more shots on the goal, keep those shots out from the opposing team so that they can hopefully get the upper hand in their next game.
Again, with 4:18 left to go here, 6-0. Nikita Anishatov will be sitting on the bench for the remainder of this period. You would think you would see him on with Leif Jadala, but not currently for this penalty kill. 4-on-4 unit. There goes Backus. Backus tried to make something happen, but Jadala will now chip it alongside the boards back into the neutral zone. Have seen the puck there a lot in this period. Leif Jadala, of course, this is his first season back playing hockey after spending a long time away, taking a solid break. Wolf Pack. The chants are loud, and we can hear it all the way up here. I'm sure you can hear it through our microphones as well. Or you might have just heard me, one of the two. Now back in the point. Handling it strongly, that was Christopher Schwartz, intercepted by Jadala. Play will not be called offside. Jadala now back to Todd. 5-on-5 action, returning just in 5 seconds. Now back over. Jadala. Now Jadala still lost it. Eric Todd had a chance to intercept it. Players come back off. One player remains in the box for Wilmington. Stay back on the power play for a minute here. Muir will now try to chip it ahead at options in Alfonsetti and Trevor Merchant.
Wilmington's coaches do not look happy.
It's tough to be happy with a 6-0 performance from your team. Always want to see a better result out here.
There goes Alfonsetti. Alfonsetti with Merchant. A 2-on-2 rush if they hurry. Zone entries done well. Tyler Alfonsetti now. All the way over to Miles Ferrone. Ferrone with over to Alfonsetti. Alfonsetti with the shot. Blocked out in front strongly by Tyler Feast, but play is stopped. Fairly certain that's offside, but we'll wait for confirmation on that.
Looks like they were checking the goalposts there, making sure they were still sturdy in there for Bessemer.
2:47 left to go here on this very late night here. We thank you once again for joining in with us on PackTV. Post-game intermission reports will be following soon with a bomb by Devin Halko. And Ryan Bessemer, giving up 6 goals tonight, has just been doing what he can. Defense has not been giving him much help so far here, Cameron.
Sorry, say that again. I was into the game.
Into the game for sure. The defense has been very lackluster so far for Wilmington. Bessemer has had to do much more than he would like to so far.
Yeah, he really needs to pick it up in these last few minutes so that State doesn't get too bad.
Definitely for sure, as the puck is carried through. Joey Alexander now chips it forward. At the far side, there's Tyler Feast.
Oh, right out.
Looks like he got a touch right out of the penalty box there.
Yeah.
There's Davis Hudson. Davis Hudson will now try to chip it forward. There's Devin Halko. Halko will now send it all the way back. Hudson now with the far cross eyes pass to Halko. Just under 2 minutes left to go here. Wouldn't be surprised if they started running clock. Now back out to the front. Alfonsetti almost had one there for Merchant. Back out to the middle. There's Cesarek. Alfonsetti with the bomb and a huge save by Ryan Bessemer. Still hanging on to it is Alfonsetti, the ACC Scholar of the Year. Alfonsetti now to the top. Can't quite get it. There's Trevor Merchant. Trevor Merchant still looking for another goal of this game. Has had one tonight. And he will hold on to that one with $1:31 left to go here in the third period. Post-game intermission reports, of course, will be with head coach Mike Gazzillo. We'll talk a little bit about the game from our own end. And the Wolfpack Outfitters player of the game has yet to be decided with $1:31 left to go here. For sure, we'll talk about who it may be. And I know most Ice Pack fans are seeing the obvious answer about who one of our players of the game will be. Most likely, subject to change, Sam Banashevitz, of course, has been the leader of this team for the longest time. He has once again done an outstanding job tonight. Unbelievable goals, highlight reel goals in that aspect.
No, and Sam has done a wonderful job, but there are a lot of players that you can consider for the award here tonight. Just an all-around strong performance from the Ice Pack through multiple facets. Banashevitz and his hat trick, but Joey Hall has also been absolutely phenomenal, his goalkeeping here tonight.
Okay, and there goes Ellis Rushford. There's Miles Ferrone. With a minute left to go here, Ellis Rushford will now hang on to it. The play wants to settle down. The Ice Pack will go 7-0 on this season, gain another 3 points in the Carolina Division standings, gaining a far lead. In terms of the ACCHL, they only trail Virginia, who has played just a handful more games. They sit comfortably in second place. The only division leaders alongside them are, of course, George Washington and Wake Forest, two teams that have been very strong so far this year. Matt Costigan now carries it through. Matt Costigan with a quick shot swallowed by Biesemer. Currently, University of Virginia does lead the ACCHL and won the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. Did end up winning the skills competition in that aspect as well.
Yes.
23.3 seconds left to go here. It's all but done here, guys.
Absolutely. And going forward, you know, this is momentum that you have to take going to Richmond here for the Ice Pack. They really have to keep this momentum going, really. That's all they really need to do.
And now chipped alongside the boards trying to make something happen. The Ice Pack, as we said, now stay undefeated on the year. Joey Hall will get his first shutout. Not tested a lot, but when called upon, he answered that phone for sure. As the clock winds down, looks like that'll do it. Banashevitz gets the puck for his teammate and Joey Hall. First shutout of the year, first shutout in several years. That's the game. 6-0, Ice Pack take it from the Raleigh Iceplex in preparation against Richmond tomorrow and the Backyard Brawl on Monday. What a game, guys. What a game.
Absolutely incredible all around. The Ice Pack just dominated in every facet of the game, as I was just saying. Offense, defense, and even goalkeeping. Seahawks just could not keep up during this game.
Yeah, Bessemer started out really strong, but then he let 6 goals get right past him, and Hall had a shutout, so, I mean, what can you say? Go Pack.
Definitely spirits will be high on the bus ride up tomorrow. Once again, PackTV will not be broadcasting that game on WKNC Radio. We hope to be bringing you some future Ice Pack games, especially on the road trip to the University of Delaware and several other teams there. Our Wolfpack Outfitters player of the game, I mean, who else did you expect? It's Sam Banashevitz. Again and again, Sam Banashevitz continues to show why he's one of the better players in the ACCHL. Of course, head coach Mike Gazzillo will be coming up as well. It's been an amazing game. We're going to take a quick break right here on PackTV. Be back with some analysis from us right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, We know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
It's quiet once again here in the Raleigh Iceplex. Zach Sawaya, Logan Ward, and Cameron Thoman for tonight's broadcast. By far and away, best game so far for State this season in terms of execution, zone entries, goals, really just overall play. Logan, overall synopsis, whatever that word is. Speech class enrollment starts as soon as we end the broadcast. In terms of that, what have you saw from State tonight?
Just an incredible game all around. They did everything right. They won the penalty kills and power plays. They did everything they needed to on special teams in the neutral zone, and their offense and defense were just clicking. Joey Hall getting a shutout, that's all you can really ask for out of him. And the offense, with Sam Benishevitz getting a hat trick in the third period alone, absolutely incredible game for them tonight.
It was an absolutely incredible performance by Banishevitz. Now, Cameron, what went wrong for Wilmington?
I just think, I know this is going to sound super repetitive, but they didn't do enough communicating, and then they just weren't aggressive enough with their defense, which is how they got those 6 goals right past them, and they really need to pick that up for those next games so they don't end up having losses like this again.
And that was one of your keys to the game as well, so it's a little bit disheartening to see Wilmington did take that step back. They have a long schedule ahead, but now that their practice arena and everything like that is back up on par, they should be able to get their games back together, really do a great job, and really work on the areas that went wrong for State, and for Wilmington, rather. But in terms of state, their special teams tonight was the story of tonight's game. And I know we talk about it a lot here on PackTV, but this was a little bit different of a game tonight. 2 for 4 on the power play. Everything just seemed better. In terms of special teams tonight, what did you see?
Exactly what you said. It was just better. This was the best showing that they've had by far. Starting out the season very sloppily against George Washington, you can see the progress that they've made as this season has gone on, and they've gotten more comfortable with each other on those lines. This was just an all-around dominating performance for the Ice Pack.
Trevor Merchant and Riley Johnson both recorded singular goals tonight. Trevor Merchant hasn't scored in quite some time. Riley Johnson has been a bit streaky as of late, records, I believe, his 10th of the season, now leads the team in goals. Banashevitz follows closely behind at 9. In terms of goal scoring for this team, I don't think at any point did the Ice Pack expect to have such prolific scoring on all 4 lines.
No, absolutely not. And what they've gotten out of Banashevitz and Johnson, and especially even Jadala, have been incredible. All 3 of them have been scoring at will, and if you can't stop any of them, you're going to have a really rough game.
It's been an exciting one for sure. Ice Pack fans turned out. Now, in terms of the backyard brawl for Monday night, we can't say enough about it. We got to spread the word. Ice Pack fans, if you're watching at home, Monday night, October 22nd at the PNC Arena. If you can't make it to that game, we'll be broadcasting the game right here for you on PackTV. Hope to have a special guest commentator there as well. Not sure who it is yet, but we will for certain figure it out. Coach Gazzillo and Sam Banashevitz are here to get some interviews in. We'll be right back here with Coach Gazzillo and Sam Banashevitz right here on PackTV.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack's new home for academic events on campus. Missed an interesting talk? Want to catch up on last week's conference? Or did your friend just give a great presentation that you have to see? Check out NC State TV on Wolf TV channel 32.1 and on our new Roku and Apple TV apps.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
Wolf Bites Radio brings you the biggest names in EDM with the Open Mic Podcast. Hey guys, it's DJ What the Heck, and join me, Brandon Boucher, and other Wolf Bites DJs as we interview musical guests from the EDM world. Open Mic dives deeper into the artists' lives on and off stage, bringing you closer to the music. Listen to Open Mic Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and wolfbites.ncsu.edu.
Welcome back to PackTV. This is Logan Ward with our Wolfpack Outfitters player of the game, Sam Banashevitz. Sam, absolutely incredible game. Yet another hat trick for you here. What really changed between the first 2 periods and that third one where you picked it up so much?
I think that was the most frustrating first 2 periods I think we've played in a while. Nothing was going our way. Just the bounces just weren't coming. They were getting in front of a lot of shots. They were blocking everything. Their D were doing a great job just standing in front, and their goalie was lights out. We were able to still sneak 2 by them. Riley and I think Tyler bounced one in off his butt somehow. But snuck 2 by them. But, again, those were, we clearly outshot them 3-1 in both of those first 2 periods and just dominated the game, and that's just a frustrating score to see at the end of the second period with the 2-0. So coach is really focused on keeping us focused and not to get frustrated, even though I think I was the most frustrated player out there. Just nothing was going in. So just came out in the third period, and you could tell that they were a little tired. I think they weren't able to skate as much being down by the coast because of Hurricane Florence, so their ice time had been limited. So I think they were a little tired in the third period, and we were just able to just keep going, keep grinding it out, and eventually they just started coming in. So.
All right, absolutely. And an incredible game. How do you carry the momentum into the road trip against Richmond coming up tomorrow?
I mean, I think we had good intensity all game. I think everybody was frustrated after those first 2 periods because we had the intensity. We had what we wanted and just nothing was going. So I think the intensity's there. Looking forward to the road trip tomorrow, and then even on Monday is a big game. Just keeping that momentum going, keeping that intensity up. You know, that was a great third period. Definitely that third period made the night for us. Because I think if we would have ended that game 3-0, only getting one more goal, I think we would have been a little upset. But again, just keeping that momentum, keeping that same intensity, just going forward, keeping that snowball moving down the hill, and you know, we're just gonna get it done.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again, Sam. Congratulations on the win. Continuing this undefeated season. We'll be right back here on PackTV with Coach Gazzillo after this.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Again, here with the man of the past 3 hours, head coach Mike Gazzillo. Coach, thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks for asking me.
It's an amazing game tonight. By far your best outing as coach for this season as well. In general, what improvements have you guys talked about going into this game? Because overall, first and second periods were obviously frustrating in terms of capitalizing, but your chances were there. You guys were clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, we had a lot of really good chances, and frustrating is a very good word. I think the players were, we didn't want to go into the locker room and get on them about it, you know, because we just tried to settle them down a little bit, you know, make some better decisions and don't feel as rushed and stuff. And, you know, just go out, shoot, wear them down, and that's what the guys did. And, you know, this was ACC points, which was important to us. So the guys recognized that as well, and they played a great game.
Joey Hall, of course, got a shutout tonight. Not tested a lot, but when asked, he stood tall. Told me he's going to be getting the start on Monday night as well. What do you look to see from him going into Monday, especially coming off of this fantastic win?
Yeah, I mean, he had a good game. You know, we looked at the shots and where they came from, and a lot of them came from, like, the higher percentage scoring areas. So although they didn't get a lot of them, they got them from areas where he had to be on point, you know. So it was a good game for him. You know, the guys really rally behind him when he has a good game. And he's in the net on Monday night. And, you know, just, again, and it's a fourth period, right? It's just the continuation of what we've been doing.
And then going alongside that as well, what is the plan for Richmond tomorrow? PackTV will not be traveling up tomorrow. So what is sort of the game plan for tomorrow, the motivation, the message from the guys going into the game tomorrow night?
Well, I mean, we're playing well, you know, and we're starting to get, you know, a little bit more clicking with the passing, and, you know, guys are getting a little more comfortable playing with each other and stuff. And, I mean, it's not an ACC game, but it's still, you know, it's points for nationals if we want to go that route. So, play for the guys in the room. That's what we keep saying, and it's a pretty tight locker room. So I really don't need to say too much as far as that goes. They're all in it for each other.
Trevor Merchant and Riley Johnson were added on the score sheet tonight as well. An amazing performance by them. Trevor Merchant hasn't scored since the West Virginia weekend. What did you see from him tonight, especially suiting his role, sort of that third-line grinder sort of role?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little overdue. I've kind of mentioned that to him on a couple of occasions, and he knows it, but he's staying patient with what he's doing, and he's playing his game, and, so the goals will come, but he produces, and he gets out there, and, if he's not getting a goal, he's getting an assist, he's not getting scored on. So, he's doing all the right things, and it'll happen for him.
It's going to be a great one for sure, Coach. Monday night, we can't say enough about it. What should the fans know about Monday night, the Backyard Brawl? Most likely the biggest NC State hockey game of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely a big game. We got the band coming, so we're all pretty much excited about that. So come on out, bring some friends. $5 donation is what we ask at the door per person, and we could really use the support, and we can really use the, putting the people in the stands and growing college hockey. You get the youth hockey kids come and, they see that as well, and I think it's good to grow the sport in the area.
You heard it from the man himself. Be sure to bring some friends. $5 donations, concessions, and beer will be sold at that game. It's going to rile up a lot of fans for sure. We want to thank you for joining us tonight against UNC-Wilmington as the Ice Pack demolished. Tune in on Monday night if you can't make it to the Backyard Brawl. It's going to be an exciting night no matter what. Be sure to stay tuned on Twitter for any other announcements and updates.